All right, guys. Bit of an impromptu sort of hangout, general chat sort of thing. As you can see, joined general chat. As you can see, joined by Average Joe.
Yes, hello. Thank you for
that way or that way, wherever he is.
Starting from the left, on my left, so Joe. There we've got Jaco from Jaco Beer.
Hello.
Well, Jake from Jaco Beer. It's not actually called Jaco. Hello, Jaco.
I get called that all the time.
And then we have Craig
Kent.
from Kent Beer Reviews. Or Kent from Craig. Craig Beer Reviews.
Howdy, buckaroos.
So before we get into it, what are you guys drinking tonight then?
Ooh. What are we drinking?
I'm on the Amundsen Rebel King Imperial Stout, which is 8.5%. It's got everything in it. Coffee, cacao nibs, vanilla, lactose. It's pretty damn good. And Craig's on it as well.
Well,
Craig's on like seven.
Yeah,
Seven.
That's
Yeah,
one.
seven.
That's one of Craig's, I should say.
I'm triple
This is a
fisting
starter.
at the moment. So
Triple fisting. One of my
I
favourite.
don't know where you get 3 fists. Where are you getting that extra fist from, bro?
well, you just need to think about it.
But not too much.
I can't.
I'm sure
I'm
it's like-
not a thinker. I'm a corrupter.
Okay.
I'm drinking a blank
sorry.
can of nothing. No, this is a
12.
new brewery out of they're
12?
called Foreign Objects.
Wow.
This is
Not
in the
bad.
gold dust rush. It is. They like to call it New England style. I would say that it does have a lot of haze, but it's way darker than, at least maybe not showing up on camera, but it's pretty good. But it's like one of those.
Seeing the part.
They just came out and they the whole can art, like, oh, we're not going to do anything. Oh, just buy it because it looks, I don't know, mysterious. But they're just, I guess, producing basically New England style IPAs because why not at this point? And first beer I had from them, it's all right. It's pretty good.
It looks like a 12 can.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
similar
When you held
colour.
it up, that's what I thought. I thought it was like one of their Sir Simcoe or Amarillo cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of their cans are kind of like this, just different colored, and I don't know. I mean, they're cool, I guess, but
Yeah, it stands out a bit.
it's just weird. I don't know how you guys feel, and I don't know how many places in the UK are doing it, but it's just weird to be like a new brewery and that all they're producing is New England style IPAs. I think they have like 4 or 5 beers, and they're all New England style.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a couple
it sort
of
of
breweries
makes
here are
sense.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's become more of a thing.
It's popular. It's what people are drinking. It's what people
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
You may as well ride the wave while it's still popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of people like to poo-poo on them, but it's like there's a reason they're popular because
Yeah.
it's a great style
Yeah.
and people enjoy them.
Yeah, trouble is over here. So many people are doing them badly.
Same here, man.
Yeah. If
Haze
people,
stout.
think people think you just make a hazy beer,
Yeah.
but it's actually so much more than that. It is a style of itself. It's not like you just make the haziest IPA you possibly can because it's probably not going to be that good.
I mean,
Haze.
for all the, what's that, Craig? Haze?
No, just
haze for days?
haze. Not haze sells.
Hazy. Like sex.
But who's
Haze
buying?
and sex.
He
Well,
sells, she sells.
It does.
But for every Trillium and Treehouse and Other Half and Biscuit Brothers and Monkish and all the hyped U.S. breweries that are doing New England style, there are quite a few that are like, yeah, here's our hazy beer, but it tastes nothing like a New England style IPA should. And there's a lot of them coming out that are very underwhelming, and they just don't understand what the style's actually about. They just think it looks like grapefruit juice or orange juice or whatever. Therefore, it's going to be amazing, and so many of them are not. So.
There was a brewery over here who put a disclaimer on their can and said, gently rock the can like back and forth before you pour it to like generate the haze. It's like, well, then it's not a hazy beer. It's just got sediment.
Hazy.
Yeah,
It's just got a big pile of gunk at the bottom. It's
just
kind
you're
of
agitating all the shit in it. Like it's not an actual hazy beer.
But it's suspended.
It's funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's kind of that's a nonsense. But then depends whether you like all the gunk in the trunk in your beer or not.
There's another shirt right there. There's another shirt right there, Craig.
Yeah. Your
Gunk in the
merchandise
trunk.
line is growing at a wonderful pace.
Oh dear. Oh,
I
hashtag.
do have coming up though. I put it in the fridge for a little bit. The other half in Cloudwater collab I picked up in Buffalo.
Oh, that's cool.
Earlier this month, it's their Bad Decisions, which is their imperial stout with cocoa nibs and ancho chilies. So
Yeah.
be curious to see how that is.
Sounds good.
I think that was probably a good decision. Getting that beer.
Yeah, it might be a bad one very shortly, Greg.
Wow. Oh well.
Up to 75 reviews on my non-existent channel. No big deal. I'll follow the king.
Anticipation is building.
Yeah, we're all waiting.
Nah, no one. You'll be waiting for a long time.
Yeah. This is just it's all a gimmick. My channel's
It
coming.
is.
My channel's coming.
My channel's coming. I'm corrupting everyone. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the first 100 subbed non-channel ever on BeerTube.
A lot of people sub. That's on them.
Yeah, just 100 subs waiting.
Yeah. So the more people unsub, the quicker it'll be before Joe gets. In front of
I want
camera.
negative subs, and then I'll start my channel.
Negative.
That'd be great if we could do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
He's
I'm
actually got to
watching.
pay a service to lose subs.
Oh. What are you drinking, Peter? What are you into?
I'm currently on the classic Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Oh man,
Nice job. Nice job. Nice.
Yeah.
Solid brewery, solid beer.
Yeah, tasting just as good as it usually does. Best for date is 15th of the. Is that the 8th or the 9th? 8th, 2018. So it's still not the freshest, but still holding up.
What do they give like the best by date? Is it a year out for that beer?
I think
9 months?
so. That's the rule of thumb I use with beers in general, for the most part, especially like bigger beers like that. But yep, hops are. Well, it's not a really overly hoppy beer, is it? But standing up well. And yeah, I picked up a couple today because I was doing burgers, and IPA burgers are absolutely amazing. And this is a great beer to actually make burgers with.
Cool.
And so I thought I'd buy one for the burgers, one for me.
So we got it.
Yeah,
One for the food, one for the chef.
exactly. So I think pretty much what I'm going to be drinking tonight is pretty much just bigger craft beers, to be honest, because I want to try and save the special stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I know even before Christmas Eve, I'll have probably drank most of what I've got anyway.
But there's still 3 nights before Christmas. With
Yeah, exactly.
with those beers sitting there.
I mean, thankfully there's a crate of Stella downstairs.
Oh well.
So, you know, if I want that buzz,
You
that
got people coming down?
the carbonation buzz as opposed to the alcohol buzz, then I can get on the Stella. But I do need to review it, to be fair. So I feel obliged to have at least one bottle.
It's actually not as bad a beer as I first thought it was. Just on that can I had the other day on the 101 analysis a couple of weeks ago. Isn't it?
The anal lysis? Yeah.
That one. I couldn't remember how you pronounce it. Yeah, and it actually wasn't too bad for some really bizarre reason.
Stella isn't bad compared to a lot of the other macro lagers.
I think the thing.
I mean, I would never choose it, but it's
Never in a million years would you choose it.
I think it's more to do with the way my way of drinking has changed. Where when I used to drink a lot of it in one session, it's probably why I didn't like it then. But now I don't drink like that. I drink probably less beer, but different beers for each beer, not just one beer right the way through.
Yeah.
Well,
and I probably my palate appreciates it more doing it like that than it did fucking 6-7 pints of it and being rough as hell with all the chemical shit everywhere.
Yeah, the bleach
and stuff like that. Yeah, the bleach. Oh, the bleach. You know, it's So yeah, it's probably better than I thought it actually was, because I'm actually drinking it and thinking about it rather than just throwing it down your neck like an idiot.
Well, oh, go ahead, Jake.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say I've still got a video to come out, but I did like a blind taste test of 6 macro lagers against my brother-in-law, who's a big macro drinker, and he guessed like loads correct, and I was like, I guess none. They just all tasted the same, and I even put Meantime lager in there, and Meantime were a craft brewery that were taken over by AB InBev in England, and I still couldn't tell that apart from like the other.
That'll be interesting to see, just because, I mean, you know, you have certain individuals on YouTube who do macro beers, and they've done blind taste tests a lot. I've seen quite a few people, and usually they have, even though they're macro drinkers, they struggle to pick what they'll be like. I drink nothing but Coors Light, and then they pick the Miller Light, and they're like, what? Yeah. What am I doing? Yeah. So it's interesting that your brother got most of them right, because that's way harder.
Yeah,
way harder than it seems.
That's the thing. I mean, we had Coors, Corona, Stella, Bud. I can't.
Were these all non-light versions too, like just the regular?
Yeah, just regular versions. It might have been Coors Light actually. It might have been Coors Light. I can't. But I've still got to edit that video, so I don't actually put graphics over the actual beers, so you know which ones we pick, because otherwise it just gets confusing. I've like watched it back and I'm like, I don't know what beer we've picked. So it takes like a little bit, but we did a thing at the end where we could swap some. After we tasted them all, we could swap some, and I actually swapped ones that I'd got right for like other ones, and he was like, "No, I'm fine. I won't swap any." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to swap that one, and then I got them all wrong."
Too much time to second guess yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And right? It'd been a long time since I had those particular beers, but I was just like, "Oh God, can I put this live like a beer review?"
I think I might have got Corona right, but the rest I'd have been dog shit at it.
Yeah,
because Corona's got like that distinct flavour to it.
Yeah, distinct like skunkiness.
Yeah, like always skunky.
Yeah.
But
I think terrible
nice
beer.
way.
Terrible beer smell.
But I'm glad at the start of the video I actually said I'm either going to get him like all right or all wrong, and I ended up getting them all wrong. So at least I knew, like I covered myself. I said there was going to be no middle ground.
Yeah, macro beers, man. Yeah, when we were doing Stella, the problem I had with it wasn't so much the actual taste or enjoyment of the beer. It's fine, it's okay, nothing wrong with it. But like price point, being over here, it gets imported. It's like $9 for a 6-pack. I can buy great craft beer for the same price. Like I've never, and Heineken I think is just as good or similar, even if it's not maybe as good, and it's cheaper. And it's just like
it's cheap over here, but obviously being here.
Yeah. So what shows up here, I'm like, when it's on sale, they'll be like, hey, you can get a 12-pack of Stellar for $15. I'm like, I get a 12-pack of Sam Adams Variety Pack for that. Like, never buy Stella over that.
I'm going with that one. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you really, if you're in the States, you really have two choices or two reasons to buy it. A, to look cooler than your regular macro drinkers. Like, I'm drinking Stella. Get out of here with your shitty Budweiser, right? Or you must really like that beer.
Yeah, it's
over here it still to this day has a really bad reputation for being
terrible.
It has a bad reputation, but some of the most pretentious adverts on TV, or like a man like James Bond, like man driving through the Alps, and then like a glamorous woman lands in his car. And it's like, it just repeatedly hits her and screams.
But because I always know like the colloquialism for Stella is wife beater. But where did that actually come from? Is it just because it's stronger? Is it just because it's stronger than the average macro lager we have over here? Is that literally it, or I don't know where the actual wife beater thing came from?
I don't know. I didn't mention that on the analysis.
No, I feel like there's statistics to probably back it up. Maybe.
Yeah, there are probably.
Yeah, I'm hoping not.
You're more likely to be an abuser if you drink Stella. Or
I don't know.
Apparently, Harvey Weinstein was a big Stella fan.
No.
He owns 10% of the company.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like even Carlsberg Export has like Mads Mikkelsen on the adverts now.
Yeah.
Like saying how sophisticated it is, and
Yeah.
it's like
Bloody hell, really?
Cronenberg has Eric Cantona.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I knew that one. Yeah.
Especially if
Scrolls used to have Ray Liotta. It's like okay.
Whoa. Like Ray Liotta now, or Ray Liotta from Goodfellas?
No, now.
No, this is like the
now,
weird period
Yeah,
where we don't know what sort of Ray Liotta he was.
What
weird
face is he
crack.
wearing now?
Yeah.
Whose face is he wearing? He
I
looks
feel
like the
he has
Joker.
different ones, and he just like like they're hanging up to dry, and he goes. There we go.
They're all super tight too. He always looks like he's always happy. It's like, holy shit, how tight is that? Did you just get that lifted today? Because it looks crazy.
Sucker.
What a guy.
Heineken had Daniel Craig for a while. It was the James Bond beer of choice.
Yep, we had those commercials here, which was fantastic.
Just goes to show you, there's no
I've no idea.
money will get you everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're paying them a lot of money to be like, yo, go on and tell. Well, we have Doogie Howser MD. He's pimping Heineken Light over here. So it's like, come on, Neil Patrick Harris is like, oh, it's brewed with whatever I forgot what hops they say it's brewed with. I think they just specify maybe Cascade, but it's like the only light beer brewed with Cascade hops. I'm like, get out of here. Did you put 2 in there? Maybe 3 like Miller Lite. Settle down, Neil Patrick Harris. Go deliver a baby, buddy.
Plop. Sound effects.
Yeah, the sound effects are on point right now, Craig. I like it.
Yeah, when my wife gave birth, I distinctly remember a plop.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I distinctly remember that I had a hand, and yeah, it was 2 days later I found out I had
I
two
remember
hands, so,
having
yeah.
feeling in that hand.
Yeah, I remember the teeth sinking into my arm.
Get away from me, you bastard!
Very,
Look
very
what you've
gently
done.
and deliberately. Yeah.
You've destroyed me.
And then fortunately, the epidural kicked in and I got my arm back. Yeah, so it was all right. It was all
Craig
good.
just went, oh, it's just me.
I'm like, whatever, you know. Shocking, isn't it, really? But yeah, I was all right in the end.
Oh, good.
She was alright
I'm
too.
glad you.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Craig.
It must have been hard at the time, but I'm glad you were.
Oh,
It was. Yeah. So
all that
anyway,
stress.
The worst thing about Labour.
they didn't even have a
was my wife being sick. We had nachos right before she went into labour, and she threw them all up, and I was holding the bowl, holding her hair out of the way, and to this day I struggle to eat. I still eat them, but I struggle to eat nachos.
I like how you threw it in there. I still eat
I
them.
would have thrown them away.
I make
thrown them
sure I
away.
get through them.
It was just too much. It was the smell, because I'm not a squeamish person. Like I could like kill a pig and then cook it and eat it. I don't care. But like something about that sick, it just tasted. It just smelled. It just smelled.
Very,
You did eat. You
very
did eat.
specific example you gave
You
as
didn't
well.
specify any getting in and around your mouth or even close to it, but
I didn't want it to go to waste. Okay, I'm a frugal guy.
just the aroma probably triggers the memory, is what it kind of comes down to, right? That's
Yeah,
just,
exactly. Yeah, that was it. And I was like, oh, this. I didn't tell her at the time. I just turned my head and manned up. I told her afterwards. I said, "God, that was rough." And she was like, "Well."
a casual conversation.
Yeah.
Remember when you threw up those nachos all over me? I saved your hair though.
That was rough. Them Doritos tasted awful. But yeah, have we got any poor viewers out there, Peter?
Yeah,
I think we do. We've got some comments as well,
Oh, wow.
which I'll quickly get to.
Cool.
So first off, Thomas McCarthy. Hi, Thomas. He says hi, and then a few moments later, he says sorry, have to go back to work. Hopefully, you'll be able to come back. Then we've got Drunken One, who says fellas in capital letters. Then Lancer Lush says, hey, everybody.
Oh.
Then Drunken One replies, Lance is here too. Then awesome in capital letters with spaces in between each letter. And then Lance replies, yes, I am. So if any of you guys want to join, let us know. Does anybody know a good way to send Drunken One a link? Because I've always struggled.
I've got his email. If he wants to join, I'll...
Same here. I think we should apologize to Lance. Lance, before we came online, I pleaded with Peter. I tried to let him know that Friday night is your night, and that you dominate Friday nights, and that
and I was just like, you shut up, Jam. You shut up right now.
Like, listen, you've corrupted enough. You will shut your whore mouth. And he did what he wanted. So, I mean, this entire situation is all on Peter for once.
Dictate how I run my show. The tight shit.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So that is just, I want to say, Lance, I had nothing to do with it. I recognize and appreciate your dominance on Friday night. Peter doesn't. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Good idea,
I respect anyone else on a Friday night.
So
I think Lance wants to join, so I'll send him the link. Since I've taken over his spot.
Yeah.
The whole keep your enemies closer bit is what Lance is trying to do right now. So
yeah, clever move.
We've just gone on to the more illusion, which is a black IPA. Not my favorite.
Hold that back up. Hold that back up for you.
More beer company, yeah.
Drink more beer. Oh,
yeah.
I see what they did there. Exactly. I get it.
The wordplay. They actually do a lot of Star Wars inspired beers. Like their latest one was Ray of Light, I think.
Are they good?
More beer are pretty decent. They've just got money to open up like a new tap room in London and all, so they are growing rapidly. But they've been around for quite a while, haven't they, Craig?
Yeah, I mean I've reviewed a dozen or so of their beers cans. They've got an American brewer, I believe. They're very kind of American styled, influenced. They've done a few they're good. Very very impressive. I'd like to try their stout. They do a stout. It's literally called the stout. Not just the stout bit.
Yeah, just not adjunct, not imperialized, not barrel, just like a stout. Like there's a stout. The Canadians would say stoot.
Stoot.
Yep.
It's just a stoot, buddy.
It's a stooty.
It's a stoot.
It's a bloody stoot.
I'm sorry.
I've always found that weird that Canadians say bloody as a swear word.
They do. They not as much as you guys, but they say it occasionally.
It just always sounds odd when I hear like Canadian or an American saying like, "Oh, what a bloody
wanker." When an American says wanker.
Yeah.
When an American says mate, it freaks me out a lot too.
Yeah, mate's on.
Like, how's it going, mate? I'm like, excuse me, what now?
Yeah.
All right, Geezer, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just does not sound like good. I would come out of an American's mouth. That's for sure.
Here he is.
Hey, Lance. How you doing, my friend?
Good.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to see you, Lance.
What are you drinking tonight, Lance?
I'm actually flipping back and forth right now. I got Natty Daddy out, but
I mean, Lance, what did we say about Natty Daddy?
Yes, we did have that conversation. I apologize. We did have that conversation.
Actually, I don't even remember what we said about Natty Daddy, other than maybe it puts you to sleep quicker than you realize.
Yeah, it does. It was on sale for like $4.99, so I picked it up. And I'm working my homebrew back here right now.
Cool.
Is that your American Light Lager that you brew?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Excellent.
Is that the ghetto one that you did the video of?
Yes, I did. Yes, it is. Actually, be honest with you, there's actually some issues I had with it, letting it sit for a couple of weeks. The first one is I should have filtered it better because I poured a glass before I started checking my stuff through the live chat, and there's a lot of yeast at the bottom.
Oh, boy.
And my
Right.
and I didn't do a secondary. There was a lot of it. And the other thing is my keginator gets so cold. Half of the keg was actually literally frozen because like throughout the week, because I was getting nothing but foam. I couldn't figure it out. So last night before I went to bed, I pulled the keg out, disconnected everything, let it warm back to room temperature, put it back in about an hour ago, and that was the solution.
I see.
We'll see what you did there. Are you trying to say that you made like a New England style American light lager? Is that what you're saying?
No. With all the Cascade I put in, that's not going to happen.
I don't know. McKellar made one, right? The Windy Hill had Cascade in it, right, Peter? Cascade Simcoe.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Well, I say good. It was my favourite beer of this year. But...
You sounded really northern. You're like, oh
yeah. Oh, aye. Oh, that was lovely. That was lovely.
Love gravy.
Gravy.
Wow.
E-bag gum.
I think I've got that. I don't know if I've put that review up, but I was with Rob at Dark City. And was it in the review I've put up, or it might be in the next review? Where I said that to him, and he goes, I don't know how I feel about that. I was like, oh, gravy. Northern boys love gravy. And he goes, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if he was a Soccer AM watcher or...
Yeah, he's a Soccer AM thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of it. But, no, I haven't seen that video yet. I will.
Yeah, I don't think I put it up. I've got so many in...
There's one with you and Stuart and Rob.
Fucking hell. I can't get through it.
Macchiato, was it?
What was that? I need to watch it.
The siren there?
Oh, it was... it's whatever Stu's latest video is.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I saw
it. I can't actually watch the video because I'm drunk in it.
We could always put it. We could always stream it now.
You could do if you wanted, and I'll just go and get another beer.
I'll just go.
I think I'm just shouting. For some reason, I don't think he had socks on, so I'm just in the video. I'm just going, "Where are your socks? Where?"
What's bonkers? Green up to the socks. Oh, you haven't got any. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good video though. I recommend you watch it, but I just can't.
That's fair.
I think I had it on in the background, but I'm gonna have to revisit that now to get every tiny little detail.
Yeah, I've got a lot of videos like that. I've got me, Craig, and Rob eating salt beef bagels.
Did you video it? I can't even remember.
Of course I did.
Fucking wankered by then.
I loved that one you did in Caps and Taps, or was it Taps and Caps? Where you forced Craig to do that.
Oh yeah.
And you did the close up, and just like the dissatisfaction on his face.
Oh man, he was pissed. He was not happy whatsoever.
It's my favorite thing. Getting Craig to do it.
So I saw the screen.
That screen grab you did, Peter, was quality.
Yeah, I just like kept skipping it back to that part. Just the build up to it and the execution. Was just beautiful.
Yeah. I saw you. The Facebook chat moved on, but I saw you gave me a accolade for wanky comment of the year or something.
No, I think it was it you or Rob?
I think you added me in it. It might,
something like the sharpness of lavender or something. No, tulip. It was two tulips.
Like the pollen of a lily or something.
Like the potent pollen of a lily, and I'm like, that is a really interesting tasting.
I think it's because I have like really bad allergies. so I really am susceptible to
So
it.
you're very susceptible and sensitive to it.
And I know I can smell a lily from a mile away because I will start sneezing within like 2 seconds. I'm like, that's a lily.
Brilliant.
Oh.
I've still got to post the Wylam Sweet Leaf one. I need to
Sweet
post
leaf,
that.
is that a tea? Is that a brew?
It's a beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
a Sweet Leaf. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's I don't. I'm not into fancy teas, to be honest with you.
don't lie to
PG
us, Craig.
tips or just a regular tea bag.
Would you say you like the macro
No.
tea?
that is PG tips.
Yeah.
PG tips, Typhoon.
Tesco value tea. Tesco value tea bags, to get a cup of tea.
So not even macro, like the value tea. It's like the low
budget.
macro.
Yeah. It's like
Well,
the
budget
proper
tea. Wow, that's
lower rung of tea bag. It's a bit of a strain, but there you go.
Come on, that's why he's here. That's why Craig
Keeps on delivering.
I always get a little sense of pride whenever Craig does that. I love it. I think Craig's probably one of my favourite people in the world. I have to say.
Okay.
You are.
Oh no.
Oh
well.
Oh.
That's on you.
he's one of your favorite people in the world, just not one of your favorite beer tubers.
No. Yeah, just generally, as a person.
Oh.
As a person, very good.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Beer tuber leaves a lot to be desired.
That is actually my aim. So I still win. This orange juice is great.
You sure there's not a screwdriver you got going on over there? A little vodka in there, a little orange juice.
How do you see that?
Yeah, me my wife.
Why did you just randomly?
That's why I love Craig. He just had a screwdriver right there.
What the? The man just pulled out a screwdriver instantaneously.
I'm walking into that one, that's for sure.
Oh man!
Someone say something else. Someone say something else quickly.
I don't even understand what just happened. This is so great.
Anyway, I need to have a beer.
Craig.
And are you gonna go get a wrench too?
Hey Craig, don't put the hammer down.
Yeah, you're getting hammered.
Yossi's only hammers the tire on real bad,
Hammer time.
All I got here is a steel toe. That's all I got to bring to the table.
Did you just take that off your foot, Lance?
Actually, no, it's been sitting on my foot for the last.
He's got very long legs if he did.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fantastic.
Long bendy legs.
Trying to show Craig up. Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe the man just pulled out a screwdriver 3 seconds after Lance reference.
That was fantastic.
That was classic.
You would have, if you didn't know any better, you would have thought that was set up. Like that is the greatest thing ever. Oh,
you can't write that. You can't.
No, you can't.
You could. But
you could.
Be that funny on the page.
No, it wouldn't be.
Bit slow as a pen, but no, it's
That's your whatever pen.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, actually,
is it one of those ones that you hold upside down and it shows a pair of tits and then you put it the other way?
Yeah.
From the Hop Valley.
Yeah, YCH hops.
I got one of those. They gave them to us at Hop City.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The guys from YCH were just chucking pens at people.
Yeah, I know. So
sounds like a cool gig.
Yeah, they literally just go around table to table, just me and Craig. We were literally looking at the map of Hop City with all the beers to tick off, and then someone was handing out handfuls of pens, and I was like, "What the hell?" We needed a pen, and just someone gave us a pen to fill in what Craig's holding there.
It's all there ready.
Yeah, Craig's got everything. Hey, Craig, what about that fish?
If he pulls out a fish, I'm leaving.
Craig,
What the
tell
hell?
about
No,
your
no.
wife's pregnancy.
No. Well, no. There's no.
Please don't. Just, even if you want to, just don't. Find out a great idea.
No, I haven't
Or
got
the
any.
best idea. Either way you look at it. Oh.
No, I floundered there.
Oh, come on.
Oh my
I like it. I like it.
You manages to be on point, but quite obscure at the same time.
Yeah,
So you might not have picked it up.
It flies just under the radar,
Yeah.
and then you pick it up. But he just does it for the halibut.
Yeah. He doesn't even realise. It's just natural.
Very quick on his feet.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't run.
Oh, you're
that
here.
fast.
You're here. Sorry,
It's
Greg. You're here. Yeah, I mean, I thought you might have left for a second when we reviewed another beer.
No, I'm still here. I'm on my third and final beer
Of the hour?
The MP Stout.
before I do another review.
Is it?
Yeah, see?
Was it an Imperial Stout or just a regular
It's
stout?
8.5. So
They call it an imperial stout, but that's on the lower end, I suppose.
Now, is it Imperial or Russian Imperial?
just says Imperial Stout on the can, but
Probably Atlantic Ocean Imperial, just whatever they want to call
I
it.
mean,
the
artwork is like, yeah.
Well, isn't like Imperial range used to be 7, like they in the back of the day, and then like the general feeling is it's 8% is kind of the where you hit, at least for stouts and for anything in general, but like IPAs, once they go from IPA to double, it's usually around 7.5 to 8. They start calling it that.
Correct.
But I mean, at this point, no one really follows suit with anything. So,
I mean, there's some breweries that can't produce a certain ABV beer. Funnily enough, I found this out yesterday. There's some breweries that can't get above, say, 11%. I don't know what it's to do with. I can't remember what was said yesterday. But
are you talking about like in legal terms, or like they just can't? They just
That's
can't.
my question.
yeah,
they're not skilled enough. They don't.
I'm not
That's what it is. I thought there was local laws involved.
They're struggling to acquire the malt.
It's probably what it is. There's a strain of malt that they can't produce some of their beers at above a certain ABV.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I'm not.
A family brewer would
so.
struggle. Like when the traditional English family brewers would struggle to do like a massive beer. Well, Fuller's achieve it, but they're slightly different to a lot of the other.
They're quite more
Green
like
King
industrial.
Green King probably couldn't produce a 13% imperial stout.
No, I mean,
because of the ingredients and the processes that they use. But I mean, they could if they really tried. They could change everything, but I think that's probably what they're getting at is they have set ways of doing stuff.
Maybe it's to do with the yeast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I literally don't know.
But then you do have places like Norway where they literally there's loads of legal red tape if they want to produce anything over a certain ABV.
Yeah, well, that's different. I mean, if it's law, then yeah, of course. But then if they can't act, that side, then if they can't produce above a certain ABV, then I don't know. I didn't know that could happen. I just thought they could just brew what they wanted, and that was it.
Yeah.
But obviously not. Talking of obscure breweries that don't do very high ABV, it's Ostal Brewery down in Cornwall. Russian Imperial Stout, 12.5%. Black Square.
That's so good. Where did you get that from, Craig? I don't know if you told us on the.
My friend Dan, the man that goes to Beers of Europe, he got it. I think he got it from there, but this is kind of a limited release. I remember when it came out.
It's such a cool thing. Are you going to keep hold of it? Or have you done it already?
No, I haven't cracked it. I was going to have it over Christmas, but then I'm thinking I might save it for a bottle share. Rarish beer.
Yeah.
Although it's from a very well-known established brewery.
But I think that's cool though. I like it when those big breweries do something like that. It's almost cooler in a way than a craft brewery doing it, because craft breweries knock that sort of beer out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this has got. I mean, it always makes me laugh when they put the best before date on a beer like this, because it's just, it's going to be actually 10 years, September of 2027. So I've no idea what's actually in it. Hopefully, there's no coffee. It's going to fall off a cliff by then.
Yeah.
But I mean, but another thing about this is really heavy. The glass must be really heavy.
Yeah, that shape of bottle is always tends to be heavy. I think that's
really
sort of like
heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. There's probably a name for that style of bottle.
It's not the beer, obviously. It's a 330ml. So
Good if it was the beer. Like the most viscous, sludgy imperial stout.
Like tar when you pour it out.
Yeah, but no, it's so that was really kind of me. He actually gave me that bottle. So,
well, I've got a bottle of dark matter from 2016, and the best before date they put on it is where the hell is it now? It's like 100 years or some
100 years.
Yeah, some ridiculous.
I hate wax bottles. I really hate it.
Where the hell is it? Yeah, I don't know if it says best before 18th of the 10th, 2116.
What's the flipping wine?
I don't know if you can see it.
They're treating like
how do you even gauge that?
Yeah, I think it is just all like it. I think they probably do it to make you age it. I don't think they're being serious in any way, but
yeah. But like when someone puts like a 10 year date, like what's the process of that? There's got to be it can't just be. There's got to be like some sort of.
Yeah, it can't be arbitrary, can it? You wouldn't think you could put anything on there. You go, have it in a million years. Yeah. This is the million-year beer. Look,
yeah, I'd love to know that process. I mean, it probably bored the shit out of me when you explain it. But it's really simple. But it's like
you probably have to pay like some sort of nominal fee.
Oh yeah,
something to get 100 years on it. But it's cool. It's cool to have 100-year beer in my cellar.
Yeah.
Well, my box beside me.
But yeah, I mean, you should wait for it to go out of date, Jake, and then review it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old will I be in 2016? 100 years older than. Well, I'd be a. I'm struggling with the math right now. I'd be. So if I was 26 in 2016. So I'd be 126, would I? Yeah. If I was 26 in 2016 and 100 years later,
you'd be dead.
Yeah.
I'd be 126. No, I'm pushing for it.
You never know with the scientific advances.
Yeah, I'm going to get
a
stem cell injection.
For me.
Yeah. Your clone could enjoy it.
Yeah. But the amount I drink, I'm definitely not. I mean, if I get to 60, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So will all of us. Anyway, on that morbid tone.
No, that was quite deep.
We're enjoying it though.
Yeah, exactly. You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
The beer.
Exactly.
So you've got to drink it now.
I just want when I die, just every beer that I own at that time just poured all over my.
Yeah, that's why I brought that. That's why I brought that beer. I want that poured over my grave. That 100-year. Yeah, he never got to drink it.
I want all of these empty bottles to be around me.
Yeah, like they used to do in like Saxon times. Like
I don't want flowers. I don't want flowers. I want empty beer bottles and caps.
When we're at Craig's funeral, instead of putting like dirt on the grave, we just smash a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, it's not happening.
We gotta pour the beer first out of respect, then we'll start smashing the bottles.
It's not happening soon. Like I just thought I'd mention. Yeah, but yeah.
Because what I want is open casket, and everybody gets one bottle from the cellar, walks past, takes a sip, pours some over, takes another sip, and walks off and enjoys it.
Yeah.
In fairness, it'll be
really good stuff.
It will be a free bar that my missus will be paying for. So, so yeah, There's a thing about funerals. It's like don't be sad. Just have a good beer and have a good time. You know, come on.
Yeah,
that's what I'd want. You know, people.
I want people to dwell.
It depends on the circumstances and what, you know, blah blah. But if I'm like 60, 70, 80, and it's like, come on, I'm probably well happy with that.
Yeah.
Don't be sad about it. All right, you missed me and that, but you know, it's just
as an excuse to meet up again with family that you've not seen for a while.
Yeah,
remember the good times.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Oh. If you can try and get hold of a can of this beer.
Which one's that?
Rebel King.
I'll look out for that because I might be doing a beer order.
I don't know.
If they've still got it, of course, but I'll have a look around for it.
See, I don't know how this brewery works. I think it's core range. I don't know.
Ah, okay.
I don't. It could be a special. It could be a core range. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but,
definitely sounds intriguing from what you said on the review.
It's very nice. It's just very. Yeah, it's worth a try. Pardon me. It's worth trying to get if you can. So.
That sounds good to me. So I noticed we've had quite a few comments, which I'll quickly get over and done with. So Mr. Angus Wangus says to Joe, "Hi, Mr. Angus Wangus." He says, "Go Sabres." And then Drunken One says, "Mr. Angus is in the danged old house." Indeed he is, and a very welcome addition it is indeed. Then he replies to Drunken One, "Sup, Drunken One, you old dog, are you drinking off the tap yet?" And Drunken One says, "Damn straight," which Lance approves of. Try to get the carbs sorted out, got lots of foam, because I think he's got a kegerator, hasn't he, recently?
Yeah, I
2.5 gallon one, a small one.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see that. Hey, that's up and running, Drunken One. Hope you niggle out the little... I don't know what I was going to say then. But you know what I mean.
Loved your beer review, by the way. Drunken One. It was quite entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I want to
hear from Mr. Average.
Mr. Average Corruptus sent him.
Yeah.
Joe.
And I do want to say, Drunken One, I know you're not a fan of reviewing beer, so as I said before, you don't have to review any of it. It's cool if you do, and I'm sure everyone enjoys it, but don't feel obligated at any point to do so.
It's really, there's no pressure. You do it your own way. There's no right or wrong way. Just do it if you want to do it. And then I really enjoyed it.
I still need to see it. I'm looking forward to watching it.
A Drunken One take on a beer review is fantastic.
Yep, but if that's something he's not comfortable with, is the angle I'm coming from. Don't feel obligated to do so just because I sent it to you. If you want to drink them, off camera on a hangout, not review them, whatever, man, just enjoy them.
Just drink it soon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you should probably get into that wrench. I don't know if you drank that wrench from Industrial Arts, but when I sent it to you, it's pretty fresh. Now I don't know so much, so we'll see. I guess hopefully it's still good. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. You'll drink it. You're a drunken one. You'll drink everything. Doesn't matter.
And age the Heineken.
Age it.
You could probably sit on that. I think that's the only beer he drank like instantaneous was not.
Heineken.
I don't even have to think about this one.
And then a couple more comments. Lee Russell. How you doing, Lee? Hope you're doing okay. If you're interested in joining, let us know. He says, "Has Joe said anything yet? If not, equals best hangout ever." That was when Joe left us.
Lee said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go suck an entire bag of dicks, Lee.
And then Drunken One says, "Let me in. I'll drink it." So if someone could send the link over to Drunken One.
You do it while you're clicking away, Joe.
Yeah, no, I sent it to Rod. Rod asked for it. I figured that was cool, right? To send it to Rod.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. I sent it to Drunken One now.
Oh, Rod's around right now?
Yeah, he messaged me earlier that he was laying low and if there was hangouts going on. So
cool.
I was like, it just so happens there's a hangout. Also, I cracked into the other half in Cloudwater. Bad decisions.
Yeah, no one cares.
No, I know you don't, Peter. I know you're not.
We don't drink drain pour on the Clueless.
No, it's very drain pour-ish too. You know.
I'll send you the link over now, Lee.
Oh.
How actually is it, Joe? Because we were talking about that like on the Good Be Live chat, like the expectation of like Cloudwater and Other Half, of we consider their double IPAs like to be the best, and then all of a sudden they're doing a stout.
Okay, so this is the first time I'm having it. This is the first can I'm having. First sip is Wilford Brimley equals stout. So diabetes. It is sickly sweet. Like this is
a dire stout.
This is crazy sweet. Like I don't even know how to. So the only thing I could compare it to out of something I had earlier is I went to a bottle share last weekend with some Canadian friends, and we drank the brewery's PB and Thursday, which was like 20%. And that was the most sickly sweet beer I've ever had. I mean, there were 6 of us, and most people enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the flavor of it because you were getting the peanuts. It definitely had a peanut butter vibe to it. It had, big roasted malt, but the sweetness was so insane that I took 3 sips of my like 5-ounce, 6-ounce pour, and I actually gave the rest of it away because I was like, this is just sickly sweet. It's just too sweet. This is kind of giving me that vibes, and it's only, I think, 11%.
Well,
now, I have a question. I have a question. Like, when was like they were melt your teeth sweet? That sweet, like a cereal sweet?
Like way, like it's hard to. It's like the sweetest chocolate you could think of melted down, and then you're drinking it. So
that's crazy.
Up front, you're getting like a lot of like. I'm not getting. And also, this is cocoa nibs and ancho chilies.
Yeah,
really no chili character, no chili spice, nothing.
You'd hope that'd balance it out, but obviously not.
You would like up front, you're getting a little bit of roasted malt. You are getting like a chocolate, like a milk chocolate flavor, but there's really nothing to balance out the finish, which is just like this cloying sweetness.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough to put this down. I'm just to be honest right now, but I'm going to. Because
you think some like 11% stouts are naturally just so sweet anyway, and then the fact they've put cacao nibs, obviously you might add a bit of bitterness, but it's going to obviously add to the sweetness. It's I mean it's very fudgy too. Like this is all chocolate for days. Like I don't know if it's the cocoa nibs adding just like an intense chocolate on top of like just the base malt character. It's really good. Like the first, again, this was reminding me of that PB and Thursday from it flavor wise, characteristic wise, fantastic up front. But it just hits you with that. There's nothing to cut that sweetness at the end. There's no lingering dryness. There's no bitterness. There's nothing to just cut that. So it balances it out. So, I mean, it's a 16-ounce can. So like halfway through this, I'm probably going to be like, oh. So like, I'm interested to know, did you just choose that just to give it a go? Or would you have chosen that beer anyway? Because we're talking about like the style of, so like we know Cloudwater in the UK for their big double IPAs. So, if you see that on a tap list, you're going to go, oh, I'm going to get that. But then when you see Omnipollo, you're going to get a big stout. Whereas if you see a Cloudwater stout, you're going to go, I'm going to get the Omnipollo stout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. For this beer specifically, Other Half did a canning release in Buffalo, New York. So for those of you unfamiliar with New York State in the United States, Brooklyn is on the other side of the state, about 7 hours away by car.
East
of where I am. So when you talk about Buffalo, New York, we have nothing in common with New York City. Like we're our own little entity. Around here, we're called Western New York. It's like basically they should separate the state. We should be our own state. Honestly,
you're upstate basically. You're sort of upstate.
Yeah. Well, there's Western New York. There's upstate. Yeah, we're independent. So, but we don't get any Other Half stuff here other than a local craft beer bar here. They'll bring in kegs every once in a while. So they actually did a mobile canning release here earlier this month, and this was one of the beers that they just so happened to bring with them of the 3 that they were selling. And I was excited because exactly what you said about Cloudwater. I know Cloudwater via all UK beer tubers being like the quintessential New England style IPA producer of the UK. And like you guys all think very highly of them and Verdant and Northern Monk and so on. But when I saw that it was a stout, I was kind of weirded out at the same time. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't. But it made me more intrigued to try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because Other Half is also known for 80% of it producing New England style IPAs. They've done some imperial porters and stouts and whatnot. So, but I will honestly say I won't say it's disappointing, but it's just really sweet and kind of not what I expected based on the ingredients, based on who's brewing it too. Yes, they are New England style producers, but at the same time, they're also really good beer producers in general.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's early. I'm gonna let it warm up even more and drink on and see what I'm enjoying the characteristics.
Cool. How you doing, Lee?
Hi, Lee.
Good. How are you guys all doing tonight?
Excellent.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
Excellent.
we're on the way.
You know how I'm doing, Lee. You know how I'm doing.
I always know how you're doing, Joe. Average at best.
It's true. At best, you gotta make sure.
There's a limit.
Average corruption going on here.
Well, below average now that the beard's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Below average, but full corruption.
Oh,
Right,
there's a
Let's come
Yankee
back.
and Kraut.
Oh,
Actually-
this is
Hey,
the.
Yanks are low,
You have this one,
you
didn't
know?
you, Craig?
The one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it floating
This is
around
the-
the back there.
Hey, guys, a question off topic real quick.
No, you're not allowed, Lance. Sorry.
No.
No, go ahead, Lance. Don't listen to Joe.
This is directly towards Joe.
Now you're not allowed to ask.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
all right. No, it's
Carry
no.
on, Lance.
What the smeg is this, man? It's like where'd the beard go?
There's this whole hashtag pray for Joe movement where my beard was unfortunately corrupting me and other beer tubers, and I had to get rid of it. There was no other option. So,
Oh, okay. It's like I would have picked you out of police lineup without unless you had the Sabres hat on, you know?
Unfortunately, though, when I did remove it from my body, 2 things happened. I lost all my personality, therefore super below average. And on top of that, full corruption now. I thought it would get rid of all the corruption. Now there's nothing to filter the corruption. So now it's just everyone's corrupted who comes in contact with me in a hangout. Therefore, I fucked up. So that's on me.
You are now turned into American Dan.
Yeah.
The beard was like
Gotcha.
The beard was
Pray
like
for
a
beardless
corruption
Joe.
sponge.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, pray for beardless Joe.
I mean, in reality, though, I went up to Canada and hang out with a couple friends, and I thought I might get detained, so I figured I would shave it off.
Yeah, I didn't recognize you at first without the hat on, you know?
No, but haven't you heard? We harbor terrorists up in Canada, apparently.
That's true. They probably would have gave me like $50 and said, "Have fun."
Yeah, and
Achievement.
our prime minister probably would have invited you to his private golf course or whatever. And
Yeah, we would have a lot of
We
fun.
could have flexed muscles together.
I don't think Mr.
Mhm.
Trudeau would have done that, but okay, you know?
You never know. I mean, it's only one way to find out. Go up there with a beard that's like a foot long and looking like a terrorist. See what happens. I didn't.
Got a point.
It's on me.
Yeah. Oh, yes, as what's going on, and Drunken One joins
Hey.
us.
Hey, I found y'all. You can run, but you can't hide.
No. How you doing?
How's y'all? Life is good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Great.
Good.
All right, I got that beer, Joe. There it is, the wrench.
Oh, you're actually going to drink it now. Okay.
I am going to drink it now. Yeah. Because you're
Now,
right,
this
I'm no
is
good
live
at
review,
reviews.
or he's drinking.
I didn't. Hey, whoa, not hang. Nah.
I'm
Hold
no
on,
good
guys.
at reviews, I'm not.
Now, hold on.
Yada, yada.
I haven't thrown it out yet, so hold on a second.
Yeah, I didn't say you weren't any good at reviews. I'm saying you aren't a beer reviewer, as you say yourself. And I know you. I wouldn't say you're not a fan of doing them, but I know you're not usually into them. So what I'm saying is, I said those beers for you to enjoy. Don't feel obligated to review any of them at all. Like,
Oh,
just
I
enjoy.
get it. I'm just, it's a little out of my comfort zone because my taste buds aren't as good as they could be. on one drunken night, I've slipped off a curb and busted my nose really good, and ever since then, my sniffer just doesn't work so good, and so I swear to God, that's a true story. I was working out of town, and I was working out of town, and when I come back, I knocked on the door at my own home, and my wife was on the other side of the door. I said, "Honey, you need to sit down." When she seen me, she just started crying. It blacked both my eyes. It wasn't good. Yeah.
No,
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, no, that's a New England style IPA.
Jeez.
Is that Sunny D?
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's
Carbonate Sunny D?
It looks like orange juice.
Fukushima IPA there.
Holy mackerel.
Turn your lights off.
Even did it in an IPA glass. Spiegel at that.
Oh boy, proper glassware. Hashtag fuck the hashtag, all that good stuff.
The non-reviewer is out reviewing all of us.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No, like freaking orange juice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and pineapple. Something, maybe. Okay.
Nice
That's
shit.
about me. Thanks,
Cheers.
Jeff.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Cheers.
You can't beat clear beer.
Whoa, come on now, Craig. Don't say stuff like that.
I know. It's,
There we go.
it's quite funny though.
That's
Got
what
a
you
few
need.
people like, yay! I'm like, oh.
Is Rod? Did Rod join us? Is he?
Yes,
is Rod
he
there?
did.
all the camera followers that are watching.
He's hiding out in the corner. Oh, that's real
Rod in
good.
the corner. Yeah, that is good, isn't it? It's a good one.
Yeah, that's and I'm probably saying the wrong thing. This is a lot like that Trillium stuff. Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Like it has that body and mouthfeel that's like kind of creamy and like more like stoutish as opposed, that's New England style. That's their best beer though that I've had from them. I've had like a half dozen offerings from them, and that's by far the best.
Yeah, that's
good.
yummy.
Yeah, it just looks good, right? Like if you look at it, it just looks tasty.
It does too, doesn't it? Yeah. Sorry, the light's kind of weird in here.
Yeah,
Should
it's
not
good stuff
bore you.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no. Let's be clear, it's no Heineken, but it's pretty good.
No.
No, it's no Heineken for sure. It's totally different.
I bought a 4-pack of Heineken for the beer analysis that we do. Well, we used to do on Lee's channel, but now we do on Nick's channel. And I had a couple extra, and I'm like, I got to put another beer in the box. So you'll drink the Heineken.
No, that was fun. Yeah, you warned me about that one.
But I knew you would be probably the least offended out of anybody that. Like I sent that to Rod, you probably would have just threw the fucking box out the window or something. All beer in it.
Yeah, but he would have drowned his sorrows in like €2 barley wine. Or €2.
Yeah, that's
Dollar
true.
€2.
You're in England now.
Yeah.
$1 a bottle.
Rod's stories get more and more ridiculous. I'm waiting for one day that he just walks in and he's like, yeah, so they have the mix and match 6-packs for $10.99. Someone rubbed out the $1 or the one, and now they were 99 cents. And I walked out the store with the entire store.
It's gonna happen. Cincinnati thing. It must be.
I get 5 Victory at Sea. I'm still catching hell.
Yeah, no, the man's like, oh, Victory at Sea. It's like, I think it's like $10 to $12. It's like $13 a 4-pack. He goes in for $10.99, gets 5 of them plus an extra beer, and he just acts like that just happens for everybody. And it's like it never happens for anybody.
Yeah, he had a Victory at the beer store again.
Yeah, he's all Rod does is win no matter what.
Not when I go to Vegas, I don't.
You can't help but respect that.
Yeah.
They obviously sell these beers and they just don't know what they've got. They're just like,
they're just unaware of Rod.
Yeah.
Like at some point they're gonna have like, if you see this person, do not sell him beer signs up all over Cincinnati.
We should tip them off, I think.
Yeah. Save a lot of money.
Towards me, I'll cover the difference. I'm on the other side of the state.
I'm feeling the love here. I'm feeling the love.
Yeah.
Robert's just jealous. It's jealousy talking.
After I get done eating these Big Macs, I'll open up my camera.
I like how he said Big Macs as in plural, not one, but like Max.
Buy one, get one free.
Oh, well.
Oh, he gets deals on his fast food as well.
There's no McDonald's box in this.
It's an app anybody can have. It's a McDonald's app. You just put on your phone.
Do you get the McRibs where you are, Rod?
No, they don't have the McRibs right now.
Oh,
I think only like Chicago's like the only place that has like year round or something.
I don't even know if we get a new
I mean,
cage. I don't
no,
go
to be
Rob does
fair,
gets the McRib cage.
cage.
Joe D's always looking for the McRibs.
Yeah, I know. That's
Nicolas
why
Cage will start doing ads for them pretty soon.
Yo, I paid.
One
I
point,
would pay to see Nick Cage do a McDonald's or a McRib ad. That would be fantastic.
More of a
hamburger eater.
do they still do the McPizza anywhere?
Let's hope not.
No,
Let's
the
just hope not.
Express here in
No,
town, they
that
still
died.
make that.
No, Lance.
Do?
They used
Lance,
to make a McPizza. I mean,
Harvey Weinstein could
Lance.
do that behind bars.
Lance, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I feel like you should probably produce a vlog showing us this McDonald's
Yeah.
Express pizza.
Yeah, the one on Wolf West Parkway, they still make it, so it does exist.
Holy
When
shit,
was the last
somebody in
time you were
Akron
there?
loving
Lance?
that pizza.
20 years ago?
They make it very unofficially.
No, I had actually, believe it or not, I had it about 6 months ago.
Oh,
That's
really?
on you.
Okay.
It's like I
That is-
blowed through there. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna have this, and it was definitely different. You know,
Are there certain parts of Akron
this
that
is
live
some-
in
this is-
1997?
pretty much.
This is some franchise that fell off the fucking queue or whatever. It's like all the other McDonald's forgot about them.
Yeah.
And didn't tell them that, oh yeah, we kind of moved on from the McPizza, guys.
it's like some of the Korean soldiers are still fighting.
It's pretty much what it is. You know,
What are you?
Yeah, it's like it's like them Japanese soldiers who are like on desert islands out in the Pacific who got found and they were still trying to fight in World War II.
yeah.
Like, no, it's all good, guys. What? What do you mean? Yeah, that's how you roll into certain parts of Akron. They just like there's crazy things. There's like pizza from McDonald's. There's the original what's the Pepsi?
Clear Crystal Pepsi or whatever.
Crystal Pepsi. It's the original one though. It's not like a new one. It's the original one. Still selling them in 7-Elevens and stuff. It's great.
Hey, kids, we got Pogs. They're new. They're interesting. You're gonna love to collect them.
Fucking Pogs. What are you drinking, Lee? I don't think we.
I am drinking the sadly rebranded but still excellent Propeller Russian Imperial Stout.
Yeah, it's shitty. I will say it looks cleaner, but I still like the old look of the label. You know.
I wish they had just let that one stay. I wish
Or-
they hadn't
or-
brought this.
Or if you're gonna do it in that, at least keep the other logo. I mean, at least keep the other. Logo.
Yeah, like at the very least, instead of the fucking propeller, just put that fucking Russian star back
Yeah.
into the fucking.
You
I
know,
think that
some
might
sort of
actually look
nod.
quite slick like that. It might actually look a lot slicker and nicer, but still, maintain what it used to be. I mean, not that it matters as long as what's in the fucking bottle is fantastic.
Yeah, it's still.
Now,
still
Lee, I have a question. Now Joe alluded to this. How clean is it? Is it rough? Is it easy drinking? What is it?
Well, I think he was talking about the label design, but
Yeah, the label design used to be different, Lance. It used to look a
Yeah.
lot cooler,
Like-
for lack of a better word.
like it's very stylized now. It's very like minimalist, but very sharp. And the old design was this. It was in a 500 milliliter bottle format, and it was different from all their other bottles. And it had and it was called the Russian Revolution Imperial Stout, and it had a red star and everything. It was like unique in their lineup, but the beer itself, it's basically just kind of your standard Russian Imperial Stout. It's like very basic. It's got all the notes you'd expect, but it's not like a world-beating Russian Imperial Stout of any sort. It's like incredibly drinkable and smooth. So
Yeah, you don't really find just basic beers like that anymore.
yeah,
Aside from like already established ones, there's no one just trying to brew like a good, solid, basic Russian Imperial Stout.
That's one thing about Nova Scotia. This isn't a slight at Nova Scotia because I've had Lee sent a bunch of stuff, and I've had the pleasure of trying it. That's kind of what Nova Scotia does. They are kind of just really good at brewing older, just so-called boring or classic styles.
Yeah, but I think we need
Is it
that.
a Maritimes thing?
Well,
Is this?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we
they're
have-
starting to be adventurous now, right?
Yeah, but I mean, our traditional background is very Irish and Scottish and English heavy. So I mean, that's the kind of styles they gravitated towards, especially at the very beginning when craft breweries started popping up. It was very much in that sort of mindset. I mean, now they're doing like fucking New England IPAs and every other friggin' style you can think of. Pretty much, at least one of them's doing it, and there's there's upwards of almost like 50 craft breweries now in the Maritime provinces. So
Wow.
it is jumping up. I can't keep track of it anymore.
What are you drinking, Lee?
It is the Propeller Russian Imperial Stout.
Supposed to be
8%.
decent. Quite good. Apparently.
Yep, it's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, cool.
Great.
There is a brewery in Germany. Is it Propeller?
Yeah. There's a German brewery called Propeller.
Oh, really?
Actually, funny enough,
you,
do a really good Russian Imperial Stout as well, which is very basic.
actually, and if you want to see the old bottle design of this, I sent a bottle to Urban Viking at one point, and he reviewed it. So
okay, I'm interested.
And Simon too, if you want to watch his fucking channel.
Simon who? But Craig,
Okay.
do you remember drinking this? Do you remember anything about it?
Oh hell!
The
Showed up.
Oh
It was-
hell!
Oh,
It was-
no.
Paul.
Paul, what's going on there? You know.
You're sideways.
That's
Do
too
it
much.
properly or don't do
I
it.
can't-
at all, Paul.
I can't.
My phone's all fucked up. I'll come back.
I reviewed it, and
Because
yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
that
A malty, not malty in that way, malty, but there was more slightly malt forward than. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice balance.
because I'm drinking this now, and I'm pretty much only getting like caramelized garlic and onions.
right,
It is so ridiculously savoury and dank at the same time, and I do not remember it being like that.
They might have just done a few tweaks, and it's obviously
Probably.
a newer batch, I guess.
I mean, it's not murky or anything, but it's a little bit darker than you.
Has it got any date on the bottle anywhere?
15th of October 2018.
That's going to be fairly fresh then, I guess.
Yeah.
Has it got the hops, Peter? Is it like Simcoe and?
It doesn't say, but I am getting a big hit of Simcoe in this. But yeah, it's really like almost like New England, like caramelized onion character,
Onion?
if that makes sense. Yeah, like
Oh,
sweet,
Summit.
sweet caramelized onion.
Summit hops, baby,
Ah.
right, Paul. Summit hops, daddy,
Summit,
Gorgonzola in the onions, baby.
Something like that.
Baby, I
Some of the
got some
hops, that's
smoked
so
Gouda.
late 1990s. Wow.
May I
Did you
read
say
the comments here real
hops were
quick?
so 1990s? That's amazing.
Why?
Yeah, no
why
props.
is that because you were talking, trying to troll,
Yeah,
doing a
you
poor
were-
job?
I like your tagline, drunken one. That's funny.
Ewart wants to be noticed here, so we'll give the old man some respect, a little bit of notice.
I'm ready for the insults. It should be. He's very
Yeah, so-
predictable and boring. But I'm ready.
So here we are, Ewart, aka Tiku Murray. Holy fuck, Joe! Another hangout. What a hangout horror. And then he says hashtag pray for Joe.
What else?
Then he says stoutish. What did you say? Then he says Heineken, fresh and crispy, like drunken one jerky.
It's a chocolate one's jerky. Little bit crispy there.
And then he says, don't make excuses for Nova Scotia. They're 50 years behind the rest of the continent, like the UK.
Only 50?
Oh,
Ewart likes to troll. Here's the thing about Ewart. He's old and hates everything, including himself. That's how he rolls.
That's okay.
No big deal.
That's all fine.
is he actually trolling or is he just slipping into the mint?
I don't
was
know.
gonna say. I mean, I don't think he's
That's a good
trolling.
question.
He's being accurate.
Yeah, let's not say he's trolling because he's too cool for whatever's in. Like if New England style IPAs are in, he's like, oh, I those. I don't really get them, and then all of a sudden he has like a case full of Trillium out of nowhere.
And then,
He's
then
like-
I'll try to say someone gave it to him. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
I had it. Yeah, it's all right. But here's my case of Treehouse over here. Like whatever you were.
In fairness, Barry, we have Tekus in the UK.
Yeah,
as well, so-
yeah.
I've got a sniff to run out, but I've got a couple of Tekus up there.
Yeah, I got the other half tattoo. This is a proper glassware, and fuck you, Ewart. I just fuck you, man.
It looks like a goddamn beaker from a laboratory. It shouldn't exist.
We're gonna need you to stop
It is
being a
an odd-shaped
curmudgeonly.
glass when you think about it, the Teku.
I'm gonna glass shame all of you. It's terrible.
At least it's not a shaker pint, right? The worst glass known to man.
I would take a shaker pint over one of those fucking garish pieces of crap.
No, that's on you, Lee. Lee, that's on you.
At least it's not one of those IPA glasses. I do not like those.
Drunken one.
No, I'm not a diss a drunken one. I'm just saying I'm not a fan because they break so fucking easily.
No, they do.
This is paper thin.
Yeah, it's bulky on the bottom, but then like just this tiny, like you could just like with a needle.
If you grip them too hard, they break.
And when you're washing them, you just feel like you're as you're washing, you're like, I'm gonna fucking snap this, right?
They like make
I'm going to.
If you've got like a bottle brush, they like make noise. It's like.
I just want to break one out.
Wash your stuff.
Sorry.
Sorry, we don't just spit in our glasses.
Just put them in the oven; it'd be all right.
We don't hold it outside.
Takes it off.
I'm forgetting that we're
outside.
I'm forgetting we're all showing our privilege here, where we actually have running water compared to Paul.
Yeah, that's true.
It runs most of the year and then freezes up for a while.
Paul's drinking water is called melted snow, so he's no big deal.
Just trying to get. I work around the yellow parts.
Melted, yeah.
You just put all your
yellow snow. Yeah.
You put all your glasses outside. Let the snow build up into the glasses. Come in, let it melt, and then you shake it, and then you're done. That's how you wash it. You might even drink the melted snow to cleanse your palate. I mean, who knows, right?
There you go.
Yeah, either does that or just throws them into the nearest pond, and then like a fisherman just brings them all to the
It's
side
like when you put your, it's like
them.
those spas. You put your feet in there and eat the dead stuff. Those fish. That's what I do with my glasses.
He has a spring glass harvest where he goes to his nets and traps and then brings the glasses back.
Yeah, I got a whole thing of fish that clean my glasses, and I have a whole thing of beetles that eat my women.
But
we don't talk about that.
How's that campfire stout, Paul? Since you haven't had it in a while.
Extremely boring, thin, underwhelming, and overpriced. Fuck you.
Who's it brewed by, Paul?
High Water.
I don't know, a company.
High Water Brewing Company.
High Water Campfire Stout. I like this less than I did last year.
The thing about that beer is I thought the aroma is amazing.
I love the fact that it's called Leaves You Wanting S'more.
No, just more, right?
S'more? No, they put the S. They put the S there for s'more. And I'm like, you know what? It leaves me wanting a lot fucking s'more, you fucking worthless pieces of shit. There you go.
No, really, Paul, how do you feel about it?
How do you really feel? That's what it is.
No, come on, Paul. Be honest.
Well, it's not that bad.
Paul, it could be worse. It could be something like you paid $27 for the barrel-aged version of that because it's in a fancy $7.50, and then it just tastes like pure bourbon, and you still don't get any of those adjuncts, and you're kind of disappointed. You're like, what?
You know what? I'd be well, the $27 thing. Guess what?
Yeah,
that's on you.
Yeah, that's like
you.
Well, this is not what I understand either. That beer's like $7-8 a bottle, like around here.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact, and that's a bomber, right? That's 22 ounces.
Yeah.
So for 3 more ounces and then put it in barrels, they're like, yeah, we'll just triple the price. No, whatever.
Well, here's the deal, Joe. They barrel age a 6% stout. That isn't very strong at all. You knew it was.
Listen, they have to brew a new one because it's like 10.5%. They're either lying to us or it's a completely new beer because they're not getting.
Well, it's gonna have to be something that's completely different, but yet still falls flat on its face. So good.
Yeah, I mean it was good, but not for $27.
How would you get 4.5% from the barrels? So like that would be
impossible.
Maybe barrels you stuck moonshine in, maybe.
Oh, before I wanted to ask Jake and I guess Peter because I think I talked to Greg, but more Jake because Jake's more in tune, but also if Rob was here, I guess too. But CBS, you guys gonna get CBS over there? What is the talk? I feel like you guys should get it.
I've heard no chat.
Doubt it will
I've
come over
heard
here.
that it's made its way to like the Netherlands or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's in Canada in abundance. Like it's literally everywhere. I mean, Redbeard lives in the middle of nowhere. Just posted he got two 12-ounce bottles. He's like, yeah, it's like right next to the Molson Canadian. I'm like, huh? Yeah. So
yeah, because if I see it, I'm definitely picking up because
I'd love to try it.
I enjoyed the KBS, but I thought I've had this beer before from other breweries, but the CBS just sounds like it's got that edge over the KBS.
What the maple thing?
Yeah, I'm not saying KBS was a bad beer. It was a fucking amazing
Overrated.
imperial stout.
Rob,
But
you need to settle
I've
down.
tasted
Rob,
Well,
Rob,
he's
settle down.
fucking
quite a few times.
hipsters coming out. Now they're coming out. It's overrated.
How many bottles of
It's
CBS did you
overrated.
buy, Paul? Oh, like 7 cases.
I bought like 20 of them at $100 a bottle, and one of them I sodomized myself with. It's a good beer. I'm happy. I'm happy I spent the money. I bought 3 of them.
It's an
But
awesome
Paul,
beer,
the
actually.
question
right?
was that bottle
great.
open or was it still sealed?
I think he used it in all different ways. Probably he did it first, then he opened it, then he did it again, then he emptied
then
it,
he
and did it
recapped
a third
it,
time.
was
Yeah. He recapped it, saw how that felt.
Recapped
maybe.
it, and at the end, all I could say
Ooh,
was
this one's rubber.
Rosebud.
Let's have a
Well,
look.
when you
Takes time
experiment,
in this batch.
yeah, you know, you got to explore all the variables when you experiment.
Yep.
Got a ring to
Well,
it.
let's just say the Mounties outfit wasn't the only thing that was bright and red and showing at the end of it. But it was really good. CBS was
Yo,
tasty.
Peter, this is
I
on
think
you.
CBS was way
Yeah,
tastier
correct.
than
Watch the channel.
KBS. I did that side by side where I did KBS of the year and CBS side by side at the bar, and I do like CBS way better, especially on tap.
Like when it was originally released, and either 3 years ago when it came out again, like even back 3 years ago, there weren't the insane amount of awesome beers and different crazy creative beers there are now. So I think people get kind of lost in how good the beer is, but it's still awesome. Like it's an awesome beer. Now is it $27 to $7.50 awesome? Probably not. Probably not. Like it's expensive.
Well,
It's really
honestly,
expensive.
I'm a little confused on that one. I was like, did you guys just rape us by sending all the 12 ounces to England and Europe, rather?
And Canada?
Is that what happened?
I will always be angry at Founders for the fact that it's $8.50 a 12-ounce bottle in Canada and it's $24.99 MRSP here in the States for $7.50. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what Founders was thinking other than probably fuck the U.S. in general, even though this is their own country.
That's basically what happened.
Whatever.
Yeah, they
No big deal.
basically, well, I guess all the breweries should be
Man.
Well, in that
Listen to
case,
these Americans crying.
Americans
We're crying because they didn't get the advantage for once. Greatest
Says the
country
man
in the
who
world.
lives-
Not so much.
He's always saying
Not
this
so
because
much.
someone
We
sent
won't
him to
get it in the UK
CBS.
yet.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, we might get it.
Fuck
in
you,
UK.
Jamie.
Make
We could get it in the
CBS
UK.
great again.
I reckon we will. We'll get it in the UK then if they're saying that.
I feel like you guys should.
Yeah.
I mean, you
If
it
it's in
should
the-
show
it's in
up.
the Netherlands.
I thought it would have been here by now, though. But
One of the online shops should get it. I would say if you guys don't get it by the end of next month, I'm going to be suspicious as to what exactly is happening with Founders because all these other countries.
Some of the beers you get is amazing, so you should be able to get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get a lot of cool American beers that even certain areas of the U.S. don't get. You guys get like a lot of West Coast stuff, like Belching Beaver. Not that they make the greatest beers ever, but they make some good beers. And
But you can't get it here.
no, outside of California, you're not getting it. Or outside of the West Coast.
on Honest Brew, you can buy the Belgian Beaver Milk Stout. You can buy the one they did with Deftones and
That's crazy.
all that stuff. You can
It's
order
cool
that.
though.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird how it works out. It's
I
the
saw-
weird distribution.
I saw their pineapple IPA thing. IPA.
Belching Beaver.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that last night.
yeah. No, I did a review of it a while ago, based on the one that we had, Craig, the orange vanilla one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, that sounds nice actually. Orange creamsicle vibes.
That was actually really good. We were so surprised. We got it on a whim, and we reviewed it, and it was a real surprise how good it was.
It was lovely.
Like at
If you
$27
guys,
$7.50, it better be like bourbon or whiskey or something.
if you see this,
It could be a beer that I'm gonna spend that much money on.
Well, it is drunken one. It's a so it's
vintage is that? Sorry, Paul.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Paul. Show it.
if you see this is very, very underwhelming and very, very overpriced.
Oh my God! Whatever you were.
No, I'm
After
serious. Like
20
the ice box, the barrel aged ice box from 2017. It's all red wine and no ice box.
Burgundy
It's
brown?
very thin.
Burgundy.
It's 20. Yeah, it's a Pinot Noir bottles.
Yeah.
And it's 12%, so it's a good ABV and stuff. But it's basically just red wine, and you get nuances of the ice block. It's super thin, and it costs $23 a bottle for 11.2 ounces. It's very
Oh, screw
overpriced.
that.
I think we pay about £8
Yeah.
for something like that.
And it's very underwhelming.
That.
No, it's about a tenner. I think.
Okay. Just calm down.
I've had
This with a
the
grain of salt, but Paul, when he says a beer's thin, 9 times out of 10, totally not thin. Just thin for Paul. Just keep it-
I've
I'm
had
just
the-
saying. For me,
I've had
it's super
100%.
thin.
I've had the 2014 version, vintage of it. We had it on a boat
Now,
show. It was okay.
And like something aged like that would probably be a lot better. But this
Yeah.
new
Well,
bottle,
that was
not
last.
so much.
Yeah, it was last. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Drunken one, to go back to the CBS we're talking about, the KVS I sent you, CBS is more or less that beer, but instead of just bourbon barrels, they put it into bourbon barrels that once held maple syrup in them.
Oh.
So it's basically barrel aged maple syrup.
See, isn't that sexy? It's just sexy.
Yeah,
That sounds sexy, doesn't it?
now I don't know if that means you can charge us, 2.5 times as much per bottle or whatever, but
Right.
it's worth it to try once. But I mean, then obviously you'll see if you like it and if it's worth it.
Sure,
But
sure.
it's tough to pay. I mean, here's the thing: if this was 3-4 years ago, paying $25 for a beer like that isn't as hard, just because there wasn't a lot of cool stuff like that out. Now there's a lot of selection all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, even Lee sees stuff in the beer wasteland that is Nova Scotia that he wasn't seeing a couple years ago. So it's like there's more options. So I don't feel like you value your money a little bit more in that respect.
Yeah, it's a supply and demand type thing, I guess. Yeah.
More choice.
Yeah.
More choice. Everyone else has caught up.
Yeah, I mean, I picked this up. The
Fucking
Black
Butte. It's a Butte?
It's
wow.
a Butte. It's a
It's a
black
Butte.
butt. A Black Butte.
You've had that a few
This is
times,
the
haven't you?
20. Yeah, well, I had the 26, the 28, the 27, and this is the 27th of the birthday. And I was just reading, and I don't even remember this.
You can
how
read?
crazy this is. Well, recently anyway.
Yeah, I know.
It says brewed with rose water. What the fuck is rose
Whoa,
water?
whoa, whoa! Throw that right out your window. What is that?
What is that?
Yeah,
What is that?
So it's going to
know
taste
what-
like old woman's perfume then.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like my grandma's perfume, and then 50% aged in bourbon barrels. So I'm there,
Tastes
and then
like your
the other
grandmother.
is with apricot puree, coconut nibs,
All right.
pomegranate, molasses, and spices. I was like,
Calm
wow, you
down,
guys just
Petal.
put too much in a beer.
So yeah, you drink that, and then you start hearing your grandmother's voice going, "Have some rock candy, sweetie."
Paul, is that you didn't drink it yet? So let us know if that happens when you drink it.
What?
Not. It seems to be a
What?
lot of
I-
chaos. A lot of chaos on your side of the.
I can't
Connection.
understand my grandmother because she was from Mississippi, and I guess I'll have to tell my kids to shut up. So there you go.
Segue.
Oh, keep your sons in check.
By the way,
you
your
seen Paul?
chat's his fave glass is a balloon wine style, but balloon Murray would sound weird.
Balloon
Don't
Murray.
Don't tell us about your fetishes. You were good without knowing that stuff. All right.
Hey,
Look, boys, shush.
it's like hush.
Brilliant.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
better.
jump off here. I got to sleep. I gotta go to work in the morning.
All right.
Please.
Take
All
it
right.
easy, Lance. Lance,
Nice
take it
to
easy
see
on
you,
that
Lance.
natty daddy, bro.
Yeah.
Take it
Take
easy.
care, mate.
Make sure that's the last one.
Yeah, let's not get.
All right, guys.
Have a good Christmas,
All right.
brother.
Have a good
No,
day.
like I would say this before I jump off. Every single one of you on this chat right now, and the people that watch later, have a safe Christmas and a New
Thank you.
Year's. And like, don't do anything crazy, all right? We all want you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, except for Paul. Paul's going to do something extremely nuts. We all know that's going to happen. It's not preventable. But everyone else, I agree. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Lance. Have a good one.
Merry
Take
Christmas,
it.
Lance. Have a safe one.
This is like
Oh,
Have you? Why do you randomly have a knife in your hand? Also, did you pick up the Willetized Lagunitas stout yet?
I
Paul?
haven't seen the Willetized Lagunitas, and I'm cutting wax.
Oh,
All right. But you should get it if you see it. It's good beer. And it's like $2.50 a bottle. In your neck of the woods, maybe like $3 because it's PA. I understand.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll get it next year sometime when the coffee's completely dead, because obviously we all know that coffee.
It'll still be there. It'll still be there.
No, coffee dies. It's like hops, right? I mean, all the coffee's just gone instantly.
All the coffees, I've never had coffee after a beer that's a week old.
Never drank like a 4-year-old coffee stout that still had coffee in it. Never. Just not once. Never.
Well, if you ever do, you should also punch yourself in the dick. But at the same time, it was nice because I got a chance to multitask. So I actually asked my kid, "Give me that big knife over there, and shut up." It was good. I like that.
That was very proactive parenting.
It is very proactive.
And in 20 years, your kid will use that very knife to murder you with.
And you know what? It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew
it was the circle of life.
It'll be worth it.
Goes around.
Are you open that black? Are you up in that black butte as well?
Can you say that without being erect?
No, I mean it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm opening it right.
Don't ask stupid questions, Paul. Come on now.
There's no stupid question, only stupid people. Okay, just calm down. Yeah, I just opened it. I'm letting it breathe.
And relax.
Are you warming it up on your stovetop too?
Yeah, well, actually, I put it on. I'm gonna actually set it on my heater behind me.
Oh, nice.
Straight
Even
out,
better.
Fresh from the microwave.
It smells a little tangy.
Drunken one. I don't appreciate your your lower third there. Some people take it a bit too literal at times.
You like that?
Feel like I'll get a nice, awesome Facebook message in the morning. Should be great times.
It's really just a given. You don't even really have to announce it. It's kind of a given with everybody who ever comes in contact with this disease on BeerTube.
I feel like if any of my so-called friends,
you don't have
listen, I don't. But if they unfriend someone on Facebook, I'm hearing about it at some point.
Whoa,
you should
pretty much.
Look who's turned up.
Speaking of corruption.
Poor Joe has been caught in the middle of so many fucking disputes. For no reason at all.
None. There's none. I'm here. I'm a nice guy.
He's basically the sin eater of BeerTube. He takes upon everyone else's sins.
He's the sponge. Sponge.
Wouldn't be the first time he sucked my sins out of me. Usually after I won't say where.
I would like to deny these claims, but I simply cannot.
You cannot.
I cannot.
We have a real star of BeerTube on here now. How are you doing, Rob?
Very good, very good.
Hey, Rob.
I just want to, from where Lance left off, I just want to say it's a lot easier than jumping off. Reference for the other Ric Flair fans out there.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Is uncomfortably white. Like,
whoa!
I feel like you might need to. I feel like you might need to apologize.
Hold on, Lee.
Lee, you took it in a direction in which maybe Peter's not the most comfortable with at this time.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that Rob might actually be blind. I'm not sure at this point. Like,
I'm uncomfortable.
I don't know. Does he read his beers like this? I don't know what's going on right
now. Depends which version you prefer.
I prefer versions all the time.
I give it a nighttime look.
What's your disposition? Yeah.
I'm competing with Craig. Craig is in an Italian salon at the moment. So.
Oh yeah,
very sepia.
His heat lamp.
Yeah, he's sunbathing without actual sun. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost.
One for the road. I mean, I'll have to clear after this one. It's Left-Handed Giant, which is a UK brewery, and it's called Late Night Fist Fight. It kind of
fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's the most appropriate beer anyone has ever drank in this show ever. And by show, I mean a single hangout.
For fighting.
Very appropriate.
You're British and I'm gay, so it works out.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Fuck.
Paul's getting into like another 10-12% beer.
Elton
going downhill
John
from here.
song before that, but I said Friday night's the night for fighting. Saturday night, never mind. Okay, there you go. I know.
Oh, you
It's too white for you, Lee. I get it.
ever since the last podcast, you just been throwing me fucking weird curveballs that I can't deal with.
That's what Paul does as a whole.
I can't deal.
It's all right.
It's his job.
I'm still planning on visiting everybody in England in March, so I'll be the nicest guy ever.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys, obviously, everyone's going to record everything. Hopefully, when you're in the presence of Paul.
Hop City time or Hop City March or?
Well, no, that's the problem. Is I have to be in my new job. I have to be told when I'm allowed to take time.
So that's Easter. So.
It's a union.
It's not the kind of beer Paul's after anyway. Paul wants the twiggy brown water.
Yeah, he wants that J.
I want, I
just want to sit there and drink all the ESB known to man. That's all he wants to do.
I want to go to Burton upon Trent and literally drink out of a mud puddle.
No, I mean,
that's what I want.
Someone, if this happens, please record it. That's all I'm asking. Please record it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's so earthy. Can you
tastes like propellers ESB?
I'm drinking old Thiefman's. Thiefman's old peculiar.
It's very peculiar. Yeah.
It's very peculiar.
Rod has polished off the Big Macs, and he's here, ready to drink some beer.
How many was he having?
Big
Rod's been out of control all night long.
Yeah,
Rod's been crazy.
Settle down, Rod.
I've got a Lagunitas
crazy guy.
You got a what?
Who's in the fridge?
In the fridge.
Apple in my belly.
Right, you got what? Why did you put a beer in the fridge? I don't understand.
I know. well, my oven's broken down. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand that. I mean, like I had to mention to only in loving ways. Eric today, he had his Samuel Adams glass, and then Big Bad Baptist Bastard or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that glass. Cold,
was there ice chunks in it?
And, I said, was it ice cold too? And he said, well, it was out of the fridge for 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'd love to just, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. I hope it tastes good.
Don't want to strangle you at all. No, sir. No.
No. I'd never sharpen my knife watching your reviews.
No, we can all drink Yingling Lager at room temperature and pretend like it tastes like a Saison, too. Like that can happen.
No. Well, you know what? Bad beer, that happens.
I get this funkiness. It's Yingling Lager. What?
I get why people like Yingling, but I will never say Yingling is good.
Because it reminds them of the Saison, apparently.
I get funky notes. A Yingling Lager? Like, what?
You're never going to learn that alcohol.
No,
well, you usually drink this ice cold, so,
I don't want to live it down because it proves my theory that fucking bad beer warm smells and tastes like shit. That's the way it is. And good beer warm
I don't recall you saying it tastes like shit. You just said it was kind of funky. That's all you said.
Kind of funky.
You didn't say it was shit.
It's not supposed to be funky. Yeah, but when it's not supposed to be funky, guess what? It's shit. Ta-da! And this apricot thing is just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I said, hey,
actually, you guys would love. Someone like Joe would love to be smelling this shit right now. It's crazy.
Whoa! Don't tell me what I probably would be. Yes.
Yeah, you would. Because I'm actually, and it's not. I'm smelling all the apricot and the pomegranate kind of chaos, but it doesn't smell off, which is great. Unlike, guess what, guys? The new edition of old Rasputin barrel age. Apparently, basically everyone's getting infected bottles. So yay!
Did you get one?
Well, I got a hint of sour cherry and sour mash whiskey, and then when I actually started drinking it, it didn't taste like it was supposed to be. Like it was more of that peppery caramel, that bourbon. And I'm like, like after I got done with the review, I started hearing that. I'm like, I think mine might be that kind of slowly turning. So this bottle is almost like 2 weeks old now. So I'm thinking, oh shit. Well, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, pour it down the drain. I mean, who cares?
No, I'm going to pour it down my face because it's still alcoholic and I'm a horrible person.
The only version of the Shoots Abysso I've ever had the opportunity to have was the year that it was infected. So I think they got wind of it online, and so they sent me a check for the cost of the beer.
Oh wow, yeah. Because when I had bad beers,
by the time I cashed that check, it cost me about £7.
I'll pick you one up and I'll put it in my suitcase.
I had a beer that was infected, and then for maybe I held on to it for about 2 years, and then then it cost me money to actually drink it.
There was a brewery beer that they did a couple years ago, white chocolate, but then there was the collab they did with Three Floyds. They're like, there might be an infection. Put it in your fridge and like drink it in the first 3 months. Otherwise, it's not usable. Wait, what? How about you don't release it if you're scared that it's going to be infected?
We know what Three Floyds does with infected beer. They put it in a 750, jack up the price, and retards like you weren't fucking buy it.
That's Dark Horse, but close.
You're right. That was Dark Horse, wasn't it? But still,
King of the Forest.
There's a major difference between best before dates and disclaimers at the beginning of your beer, basically saying you got to drink this shit fast because we fucked up.
I feel if you think it's
infected, and I still don't like you. So
if you feel it's infected even before you start bottling or as you're bottling it, I think you owe it to the consumer to probably not bottle it. It's one of those things where it's like, they're not forced to buy it. Don't get me wrong, they're not forced to buy it, but it's like just as a good, good
sadly,
company.
It was a great. I posted a couple, like an excerpt of the excerpt or whatever of the me blowing up the bottle in my house. I think some of you guys saw it. Unfortunately, that review was lost. Where the brewery had a tag on it that said overcarbonated, chill, and serve quickly or something like that. And I, chilled it. I put it in my fucking refrigerator. Do you know how hard it was for me to put a beer in my fridge?
No, we understand.
And I put it in my fridge, and I pulled it out, and it just exploded everywhere. And every time I took a step towards the sink, it exploded just as much. Again, I had beer absolutely everywhere. It was fantastic. And I'm just thinking back, that little tiny tag that said very highly carbonated, please. I was like,
yeah, they knew.
Motherfuckers. It was great. I mean, it was fantastic. I thought it was funny. So
drinking Other Half and Cloudwater's bad decisions.
Nice.
Well, sometimes people make bad decisions.
I did.
Like,
this is
anti-chili.
I mean, when you come across breweries that are known for doing, say, like hoppy beer, like Other Half and Cloudwater are, make good imperial stouts.
I mean,
is that a good imperial stout?
Here's the thing: it has ancho chilies in it and cocoa nibs, and it just tastes like fudge, but it is sickly, cloyingly sweet. Like it is. There's nothing to balance it out. Like there's no bitterness, there's no dryness, there's no other characteristics. You should be like, yo, stop. It's basically chocolate syrup and thick fudge all the way through, and I feel like I'm getting.
The problem is what?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can't get diabetes unless you have
but it's like it's hard to explain. It's like an unbalanced Black Tuesday or something where it's
too much.
It's just
it's a very boozy beer. I mean, it's
it's
because of the excessive sweetness.
I kind of got that from I think it was Evil Twin, double liquid fudge.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
And it just tasted like a really bad It tasted like a really bad homebrew that somebody chucked in all the cocoa and like the Hershey's cacao powder.
That was a mess, that was.
This is better than that.
Like the cocoa powder, and they just dumped it all in there just to try to cover up all their flaws. It was horrible.
This is better than that. Actually, the actual flavor characteristic of the beer, like it's great, thick fudge, chocolate, a little bit of roasted malt. It's very nice, but soon as it hits the back of the palate, like the finish, it's like there's nothing other than just cloying sweetness. That's all there is there. And after you keep on drinking it, like, look, I've put down almost all the 16-ounce can. I'm about 14 ounces through, and it's drinkable. Don't get me wrong, but it's freaking crazy sweet. Like it is in the upper echelon. Yeah, it's sickly sweet. It's the upper echelon of some of the sweetest beers I've ever had. It doesn't make it bad. It's just I wish there was like if there was even like that little bit of that chili from the actual chilies, like a little bit of heat or a little bit of chili, something to just cut it. Yeah, just cut it a little bit. But it's not bad. But it's kind of like what you're saying, Rob, and what Jake mentioned earlier. It's Cloudwater, other half make awesome New England style IPA. So to get something, I was actually very happy to try this because it's like, okay, this is not in their wheelhouse. But now drinking it, I'm like, I kind of see why it's not in their wheelhouse a little bit. Like, I
guess that's it. I mean, you're thinking that you're expecting to do. I mean, because they don't do it doesn't mean they can't do it. But at the same time, it's because they're excelling at one thing, and then they do the other thing, and you go,
Well, you're supposed to buy one can and share it between 27 people. Don't you know that?
Of course. I mean, that's craft beer, isn't it? That's how it all works. No.
That's why I bought this one beer and I'm sharing it between all my personalities.
And you have a lot of them, Paul. You have a lot.
All right, this one here is pretty damn good too. Done cracked it open, got it poured.
You like the XPA?
It's a little lighter in the body. And
I've had that.
Well, a different version of it.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's a lot the same. But yeah, I mean, between the two so far, I like the wrench one better.
Yeah.
This is not complaining. I'm just saying.
Now, how would you compare the FIP to the wrench to that? You still like the wrench the best out of the three? I would say that was my favorite of the three.
Are you using English?
Out of which ones? Okay, I tried this and the wrench.
And then the Big Ditch one that you reviewed, the FIP, the FIP that you reviewed.
I kind of like the wrench one, actually.
Yeah, the wrench is probably the best of the three. I'd agree.
Yeah, I think I like that one.
Are these new releases that you sent them?
I sent them wrenches from Industrial Arts. They're out of somewhere downstate New York. That was a relatively new release in the last couple months, and the can I sent them was fresh. That XPA is like XPA 13. The one I sent to you, Paul, was like 10, I believe. So it's been a few.
No, you sent me two of them. You sent
I think it was 9 and 10 or 10 and 11. I sent you. I forget.
I really like 9, but 10 was not so good.
Yeah, you didn't like one of the two. Yeah. So
the wrench is from Garnerville, New York. Garnerville?
Yeah, Industrial Arts Brewing. They do pretty good stuff.
There was some
down
beer
south
that made its way over to Europe, primarily Copenhagen. There's some online shops in Copenhagen who are selling that.
Check out, if you see it again, Rob, check out Wrench. Wrench is like the great beer that they brew. If you see it again at some point.
I mean, that beer was in Copenhagen?
Oh, yeah, dude, Copenhagen gets a lot of crazy stuff, dude.
Jesus Christ!
Well, we were there for the festival. I mean, they had one of the bars that we went into after the festival. They had a Barrier from.
Oh yeah. Yep.
They had a tap takeover from those guys. But the Industrial Art stuff that came like maybe about 3 months ago. I had a friend who went over. He picked up Tied Hands while he was in Copenhagen. But he bought some. And Peter's done some reviews as well. I think it's from the same shop called Kiosk.
Rob, have you ever had the mirror from Deschutes? The 14?
No, but I was very close to a bottle.
Well, if I go to England, I'll pack either a Deschutes Black Butte or a mirror in my suitcase.
If you've got a special version of Black Butte, I will kiss you gently, Paul.
Yeah, if you're just drinking Black Butte base, get the fuck out of here, Paul. Amazing porter, but no.
I'm talking about a barrel age on my dick.
Oh, there you go.
We know pomegranates, cranberries, orange zest, whatever, the whole nine. We know, Paul. Settle down.
Yeah,
we know.
Don't worry,
I feel like I need to warn poor Rob here at this juncture. I mean, if he brings that bottle, there's going to be no soft, sweet, gentle kisses. It's
no Rob. How intelligent? Rob knows what's going to happen. Rob is he's hip to it.
Anal plunging might be the term to be used here.
Don't bring that phrase brings up bad memories for me.
He's got time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you.
Time to prepare. You know.
Make the bad man go away. Make the bad man go away.
Yeah, that's.
Let's put it this way: you'll put the lotion in the basket.
Last Friday, we were talking about Paul potentially coming over to the UK, and he says, "Oh, why didn't you let Paul stay at your house?" And I said,
No.
"In my house." No.
I mean, Paul need to be like chained outside. Maybe get a old like it's like a dog house, Paul house. I mean, he's far away from the family, and he.
I can bring a tent with me. I can stay on the moors.
I don't even think you're allowed to stay in a tent. In all honesty, it's a little bit too classy.
I was gonna say David Nottington tried to stay on the moors, and look what happened to him. He got all chewed up. So I could do that. He was the Dr. Pepper man. So we can
Paul
do that.
Sicklove, Remy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seriously looking forward to the videos, though. If Paul shows up in the UK, this is going to be a great time to watch.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be great.
I'm
looking forward to the pub fights in Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a fighter. I go right for the dick and right for the eyes, and I'm done.
Is that a fight? Are we talking about, or
it's both? It's basically
Is
the
that a
same
fight
thing
or
as
sexual
I
preference?
like sex and eyes. I go right for the dick, right for the eyes. Yeah.
She won't like that.
So what are you saying? You look them in the eyes as you gently grab them in the dick? Is that the implication here?
Let's quote. We're going to quote right now. Let's quote a movie called "So I Married an Axe Murderer." He and 3 other men took turns pissing into the bitch's ocular cavities.
Great show,
Peter. This is all on you. 100% on you. All of it.
Fine with it. I'm too naive for this.
It's a great movie.
I'm looking at the channel right now, and it says we have -2 viewers, and I wonder why.
All those goddamn limeys on here fucking it up.
There we go. Can't wait to meet you, Paul.
Here come the slurs.
Some inherent in the system.
That's what happens when you just start, sessioning 12% beers. It just happens, Peter. No big deal.
I think you should buy some axes, Rob.
I already did.
Then, out in the garden, you'll be like, yeah.
Yeah. I already bought them. They're good. Their stockings are stuffed with axes. We're good.
All I gotta say is if Paul shows up there and he meets up with all of you guys in one place, and it's like, I'm going to invite you now into like a wilderness trip into like the Scottish wilderness. Don't take him up on it, because that legit means he's a werewolf and he's going to hunt you down dog soldier style.
Yep, dog soldier style, because that's the fucking cows!
It's going to be fun.
Great.
I hope it
It's an awesome film.
If it coincides with Hop City, it'd be great.
Short, controlled bursts. It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
I love it.
No comment, Joe?
No, he just wants to go to the bolt makers in Keighley. That's what Paul wants. Get to bolt makers in Keighley and have some Timothy Taylor's landlord.
All it is, I'm going to get over there. I'm going to be the most perfect, well-rounded American gentleman you've ever seen, and I'm going to dispel all the myths.
Paul's going to be one of the few dudes
that completely believe Paul when he says that. Yeah, we're going to be like on edge all the time, and Paul's just going to really polite.
Let me speak from experience. I met him in Canada, and none of that happened.
Okay.
I stayed at the man's house, and I will never be the same again in my life, ever again. It will not be the same. It is not. I don't recommend it.
Just because I went after you with a fucking machete doesn't mean I didn't like you.
I mean, and the night started so beautifully. We were doing blind halal taste testings by a fire. It started off very nicely. It was lit, and then it just started. Oh, so beautiful. And then darkness came in more ways than one.
You're the one who said, "Why don't we watch Friday the 13th?" And I was like, "Okay, if you want to."
I said, "Watch it. Let's not experience it in real life."
Well, that's what happens. You know, you got to get into it. You know.
Yeah, we're like, "Hey, let's watch it." And he's like, "Hey, Joe, by the way, here's this machete over here. What do you think?" Like, I think you should put it away. And he's like, "How about if I just try to stab you?" And I'm like, "This is bad. I don't want to."
You don't stab people with machetes. You hit them. You hit them hard.
I mean, you were doing it all that night. So, I mean, Your memory is a bit hazy, but I do remember. So this is the best story. Some of the UK guys haven't heard this one, but he got so drunk at the end of the night that he has his computer set up in his living room. And he got so drunk he goes to the computer, and like I'm having a conversation with him, but he's not listening whatsoever because he's so hammered. And he's at the screen and he's looking down at his computer and he's just going like just over and over. And I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Paul, what are you doing?" And he's like this, and he just goes like this. He goes, "I'm processing." And he just goes back, starts hitting the buttons again. I should not. This is not exaggeration. He says that like 5 more taps of the keyboard. He stands up, looks at me, goes, "I'm going to bed," and goes up the stairs. And that's it. Just done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, what just
That's
happened?"
all true. That's all true. It all happened.
So we tried to watch Friday the 13th.
That's on me.
He tried to watch Friday the 13th. He brought out a machete. He tried to kill me with it. Then he lay down on his floor with the machete on his chest. He got up, put the machete away, went to process some videos, then got up and went to bed. That's what happened.
Although, let me say something positive for Paul.
How's that positive? That was very positive. No one died.
Listen. Can I give? I can maybe give a bit of relief to our UK friends here.
Don't do that.
If you get in a really bad. No. Here's the thing. Here's the better side of Paul.
Okay.
So if you are hanging out with Paul and you're in a situation where things look like they're going to go really bad for all of you, Paul is the absolute expert of talking his way out of anything.
Yep.
And looking authoritative when he does it. Because when we were at the Albino Rhinos Beer Fest, basically we were standing as sort of security at the gate. People were coming up to him and asking him questions because he looked authoritative. Because he's tall, he's big. People immediately sort of gravitate towards him because this guy must know shit. Like, where can we put this? Where can we park our car? Where can we do this shit? And Paul is really good on his feet, like thinking on his feet, saying shit. Oh, no, you're good here. You can put that over there, park that over there. You can do this here and that. That was the entire fucking beer fest. He was doing that shit for people. Now, some of it might have been wrong. These people might have parked in the wrong spot. Problems.
However,
I feel at least trying to say in more words than he really needs to is that Paul is a huge bullshit artist and he's very good at it.
He's very good at it.
He's very good at it. He likes to BS, doesn't know what he's talking about most of the time, but in the end, it works out. Usually for him, not other people.
You guys run into like a group of chavs or angry scousers or anything like that.
But
Paul can probably talk your way out of it.
I will go up to them and say, like,
see Paul in front of a group of angry scouts and stuff.
I would just go up to them and be like, okay, which one of you bitches wants to dance? And we'll see what happens. And that's it. We'll just see what happens.
Also, I do know if you cross Paul, what the man does is he really doesn't get angry at you and want to be physical with you. What he does is he goes inside whatever establishment that is nearby and drinks about 15 pours in about 20 seconds, gets hammered, sits by the bathroom of the females and Paul's. I guess he does a lot of Pauling.
Why don't we call it like jaking? Because your dad was there too.
With average pops, who also has a bit of Pauling in him as well.
Yeah, because apparently that's my real dad, and you're just a fake son.
That's true. I spent an hour and a half in a car with both of them at the same time. Never again.
Right.
Never again.
That was interesting.
Never again. I seen this man eat too much Wendy's as well. I don't ever want to see it again.
Oh no.
He went. It's Paul. That's Paul.
Yeah.
I feel like Matt was on something when he said you were Pauling. I know what that means in a lot of respects now.
No, he has no idea what that means.
We do, unfortunately, at this point.
Well, at least the Wendy's was cooked.
Yeah, that's true. He to my knowledge, he did not ask Wendy's for Like he wasn't like put the beef patty on the grill, 1, 2, 3, flip it, 1, 2, 3, and put it on my bun.
Don't put it in.
It was like, what do you think? You want to deep fry those nuggets for 10 seconds, maybe?
Did you let him about the 2 triples with bacon and then the 2 chicken sandwiches?
Yeah. That's what he ate. 2 triples with cheese, I believe. 2 chicken sandwiches, and he's like, "I'm still hungry." I'm like,
"I'm still hungry."
Yeah,
we can just get some more. Oh, fine.
Like you went to Wendy's and you spent like $25. We're done. We're just like that. No one spends on themselves $20+ at Wendy's ever. So you're not allowed to.
Now I actually found out because I had 2 quad baconators.
What?
So yeah, and I actually ate 2 quad bacon, and it's 3 layers of cheese, 3 layers of patties, and 3 layers of bacon.
I thought I heard your kids in the background, but I think that was your artery saying, "What the fridge?"
Sorry about that. She was interrupting me. 4 layers because it's quad. 4 layers because I did a triple at the first time, and then I found out you can call a quad. And so I did 4 layers of that.
Let me ask you how you found that out. How did you find that out? What did you?
One guy, he went and asked for a triple after he found out that I could do it, and they gave him a quad instead. And he goes, "Ask for a quad because they gave me 4." And he goes, and they did it, and it was the same price as a triple because I don't know if the one person was there that didn't care. And,
you mean everyone that works at Wendy's? Is that who you? I don't understand.
And I got basically for the same price a quad, and I basically slammed it down as hard as I could, and I ate both of them before I got home from work, which is a 20-minute drive. So in 20 minutes,
2 quads.
Drive home, just eat 2 quads. You know, I mean, that was pretty fun.
I don't even think that's legal here in Texas.
No,
actually, go. No, you're so wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Because in Texas, this is the whole point of Texas, this is where it got started. If you go to a Wendy's, it's not on the menu. It's not on the menu. But if you go to Wendy's, ask for the T-Rex.
T-Rex. I'm sure it's covered in mustard. They love mustard down here. I don't care for mustard, but they love mustard down here.
Listen to this. T-Rex. It's 20 patties.
Shut up.
Did you say the whole point of Texas existing is before this burger itself?
I said the whole point of this conversation.
Oh, I thought you said you actually said the whole point of Texas, and I just thought that's what you meant.
I actually don't really know a point for Texas. If I was okay, I would have gave you away to Mexico a long time ago.
I was about to say a 20 penny burger is probably the best thing Texas has ever done.
Yeah. No, it sounds exactly what Texas would do.
Okay, we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1977. Okay, cool. Come on now.
Okay,
so we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre plus a 20 patty burger. That's the.
There we go. We have a now.
You know what? You know what? The best little horse house in Texas. I watched that movie. I didn't see a fucking tit. So shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. I had to go and find Debbie Does Dallas to finally see a tit. And you know what? That wasn't even that good either. Oh, I can hear her right now. Just saying.
I'd like to point this out. Good. -7 viewers right now. Just let you know.
Well, ironically,
it's gonna rise because I have to mute, so we're good.
Oh yeah, no. It's...
Oh Lordy.
So Peter, everything that's happened this evening is 100% squarely on your shoulders.
It's completely on me.
Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah, that's just me though.
#, pray for Peter. #, pray for Peter's channel.
Yeah, #, pray for Peter's channel.
#, pray for freaking Paul's house in general at this point. The rest of the night anyway.
Pray for Wendy's.
Pray for pray for the Wendy's in Texas. Pray for the consumers of Wendy's in Texas.
20 patties. What you gonna do with that?
like I shit you not. Like when we went to Wendy's because it was after the Rhinos Festival and his car broke down, and my dad said he would take him back, meet halfway and take him back with and his mom would come pick him up stuff. We're like, well, what's open? And he's like, how about Wendy's? And I'm like, yeah, Wendy's sounds all right. The motherfucker literally ordered 2 triples and 2 chicken sandwiches, ate them in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And he's like, oh, I'm still hungry. I'm like, what the fuck is what?
It's called tapeworm.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm like,
I mean, Paul's a big, tall guy, but that's excessive.
Dude, that's excessive. Like, I mean, to be fair, he did not. I think he had a drink, but no like fries or anything. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. You ate 2 triples and 2 chicken sandwiches. Like
the fries
done.
Nothing at that point.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. You ate like fucking 4,000 calories. You're done. Just tap out.
Probably would be too.
He's like, it's like I'm like, no, we're leaving. We're totally not going. We're going. We're gonna drop it off at your mom. Hopefully, pass the taper on to someone else. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, if you're still hungry, maybe eat a tree or something.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. It's a good time though. The first couple Rhinos Fests were the best, honestly, because everyone came up and stuff. It was a good time. Really good time. Had some good stories too, like Paul's Jag breaking down and stuff. I know he wasn't a fan of it because he had to come back and get it, but it's a good story.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then the next year, him and Rhino got in a little spat, and that was what I was referencing. So at the beginning of the fest, him and Rhino got in a spat, and he went in there and literally had 15 pours in like 30 minutes, like 30, 35 minutes. And my dad and him sat next to the restrooms and just commented on all the women going back and forth from the restrooms. But like not to themselves, as loud as possibly possible. He's like, I remember Paul sitting there one time. He goes, "Oh, check out the ass of her." I'm like, Paul, she can hear you. And he looks at me. He goes, "Good. I hope she can." I'm like, "Oh Jesus!" Like I'm leaving this area for the next 3 hours. Like I'm over here. You guys stay here. Everything's fine. What? Yeah. That's what happens when you get drunk instantaneously.
Well, you know what?
Did you just pull a Lance? Oh, jeez.
Jeez, guys. I got that, Joe.
Was that a Lance?
No, that was Paul. Paul was like, jeez, guys.
Jeez, guys.
Fuck it. I love Lance. Lance comes in tonight and totally drinking Natty Daddy. I love it.
Yeah.
He's getting pretty hammered, look like.
Yo, no, you see, the Natty Daddies creep up on you when you have a bottle.
No.
But he was drinking his light lager that apparently turned into a New England style light lager. It's hazy and there's like a bunch of sediment.
I still have no idea what story you were telling, but I completely agree with it.
No, all the stories about you doing crazy things.
Yeah, well, I've never known you to deny anything that's ever been said about
Are you actually talking about the like I want to like bang this or hit that or whatever? Good. I hope she fucking heard it because you know what? I hope she did.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it totally happened. Like a lot of times people exaggerate stories and stuff. No, that is like 100% how it went down, and it was louder than I said. When he said it, it was super loud. Like everyone within, like I don't know, 50 feet could hear you. Like it was loud.
With Paul or your
if I get slapped in the face, I consider that sex at this point in time.
With Paul or your dad, you don't have to exaggerate anything. It's just like,
and when they get together, it's fucking chaos. It's not a great time.
No shame in their game.
There's a
lot of shame, just not for that.
just for you.
Yeah.
I like to check out that turd cutter. Jesus, God damn it, Jake! Really? Me too.
Fucking hell.
Oh Christ!
I still remember talking to your dad, Joe, and he's like, "Some hot looking fucking tail around here, isn't there?"
So my dad got a little bit inebriated at this past year's fest. And you guys know where the you go up the steps in Brimstone and you can go into the big area where like all the acts play.
Where the sexy couch was.
Yeah, but there's a couch out there. There's a couple seatings. So he was apparently sitting down there, and Chris on the 10th, formerly of In the Basement, he I don't even know why I just gave him a shout out. I have no idea. Yeah, piece of trash.
Unbelievable.
But no, I think Chris is off. So Chris is like going around because he's taking pictures for Shed Fest or whatever. Goes up to my dad. he's like, Average Pops. He's like, what's going on? He's like, I'm on Putin patrol. He's like, Average Pops, are you hammered? He just nodded at Chris, like, yeah, man.
And if I was like, there, I'd be on Putin patrol with him, baby.
Yeah, he totally would have. I'm like, so he comes back. He's like, yo. So you just talked to your dad.
Do you actually
went up to him and he asked him what was happening. He goes, he was on Poop Patrol. And I'm like, yeah, that sounded like Average Dad.
That sounds like my dad.
That picture. Does Nick still have the picture of Average Pops and I on the couch?
Oh, giving the finger.
Yeah, I was giving the metal horns. He was giving the finger.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's fucking classy as fuck. I'll tell you what, that is a man at class.
I mean, it's a great time until it's not.
I just like, did you hear the bell? Did you hear the bell? Because class is in session, baby. That's right.
Oh, it's a lot of fun though. Like I said, Rhinos Fest is good. It's a good time, and the best thing about it is just hanging out with other people, like beer tubers or whatever, friends at this point. I consider.
Are you going next year, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go for no other reason than, well, two reasons. It's for a good cause, a great cause, and everybody usually comes down or comes up or wherever they're from, and it's get together. It's a big old party. It's a lot of fun, and we usually do a bottle share the night before.
So. Yeah, that's the best part. But I promise, if I go to Albinos Rhinos Beer Fest next year, I will get taken home in a squad car.
Yeah, I'm not showing up. I guess to answer your question, Peter. No, I'm not going there.
Yeah. Is that a goal? Is that what you're trying to have?
Yo, that seemed like a goal or like an aspiration pause at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, why are you going to the fence? Or why are you going to the fest? I want to see a Mountie or two. Like that's what he wants to see.
I'm gonna mount.
He wants CBS to come to life.
Yeah. He's going to scout the poon.
Let's just say I'm going to the Rose Bowl.
I'm on Poon Patrol. What the fuck, man? Jeez.
Nice.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? How you can? I can tell. Average Pops is a little hammered. He's like, I think he wasn't moving, and he didn't say many words, but the words he said were impactful. Yeah, that's how that works. Like
every word.
He's gonna say three things, but yeah, it's like I'm on Poon Patrol. That was the extent of what he said. The rest of it was just random grunts and nodding. Just like saying yeah over it. Yeah,
I'd like to get me some of that. Good.
I can so imagine this. I really can.
He's like Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade or something.
Actually, Billy Bob Thornton and I actually had a nice little moment once. We actually hung out at the horror convention. He and I did some poon patrolling. So that's very accurate because
I think Paul's. Paul, are you telling fibs?
No, I don't think he is. Because a lot of fucking hangers-on and shit go to conventions, even if they've not been in horror movies.
Oh, I believe he was there, but what were you guys high-fiving and
Billy Bob? Over? No, we weren't high-fiving. Billy Bob Thornton and I were at the Cherry Springs in New Jersey horror convention, and we were kind of just going, There was a lot of that going on. Yeah, it was pretty good. There was no vocalization other than grunts, but it was.
I like how you said vocalization, like you're out searching for
Bigfoot. This pisses me off now. I gotta look at his filmography.
Did you say Cherry Springs? How close is that to where your old stomping grounds are, Rod?
Cherry Springs for Rod.
Well, Rod's from New Jersey originally.
Don't bring it up because it just puts that bad taste in my mouth again. Oh God, Jesus Christ!
I believe that's whatever beer you're drinking.
We have to wash that out. Oh,
it might be that pomegranate, baby. It might be the cranberries.
How is the beer, Paul?
Oh, it's fantastic. That's got to be pretty goddamn close where he was.
Paul, the question for you, baby, isn't how good did that be as what kind of cheese did that pair with? Did that pair with some of your pungent cheeses, baby? Like the Coca-Colas and your smoke noodles and the blue cheeses?
Is there some pepper jack on that there, baby?
Oh, baby.
I'll
Then
tell you
a little bit
what,
of brie. A little bit of brie.
Yeah, the brie. It's the brie.
Oh, baby.
Actually, I'm not even fucking joking. You put some brie with this shit, you're gonna have a good time.
Baby, not
No,
some
no
brie,
one
but
should
some
ever
limbo.
Actually, the one thing I want to say about this beer is it didn't turn. You know, the apricot, the pomegranate, it is fucking fantastic. And you know what? Some people, they do. Let's focus on these guys for a second.
Let's focus on a sentence and let's form one.
Oh, fuck you, asshole. The barrel-aged old Rasputin.
That's a sentence.
Their shit is turning left and right? This is 2 years old now. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh, sorry, Paul. It's pretty fantastic, though.
Okay, Billy Bob Thornton has never been in a horror movie.
I can't.
I didn't say he was ever in a horror movie. I'm just saying he was a cherry.
What was he doing at that convention? Was he even like a guest at that, or was he just there?
He was hosting it.
Why the fuck was he hosting it? What? They couldn't get Christopher Lee at that point? What the fuck's going on?
He was dead. He wasn't dead, but like Cushing was dead.
He was dead. He was dead, but he wasn't dead.
No, I didn't say he was dead. I said, Cushing was
You
dead.
just said
You just said he was dead.
No, I fucking corrected myself. Asshole.
Well, we're gonna have to drink some freaking wild farmhouse saison, aka Yingling Lager. Like the palate going
I'm sorry, but Billy Bob Thornton was hosting the fucking convention. I'm sorry if that fucking trips your triggers.
No, that's pretty awesome, actually.
I have pictures of it somewhere. Jesus Christ.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
So how is that Black Butte? Because you've had other anniversary Black Buttes, right?
Yeah.
That is
the best. I
comparison?
hate to use this as a stable, but do you remember who gave me my first Black Butte? I'm talking to Joe. No, you little bitch. You don't know nothing. Actually, it was DJ.
DJ. I'm sorry. I don't know that off the top of my head. I just assumed Pacific Northwest.
Job, man. You remember everything else, don't you?
Well, he would have been the second guest, but I wouldn't have been the first.
It was DJ 2014, and honestly, that was the thing that it was like you tasted all the bourbon, you tasted all the fucking wine, you tasted all the beer. There was nothing separating it. You actually got the flavors of every single thing. It wasn't kind of molded together. You know what I mean? And to me, the 2014 was the thing that it just kind of sticks. Now, I had the 2009 with you, right? I had the 2009 with you.
No, I didn't have the Black Butte.
It was kind of no, that was the Abyss. I'm sorry, that was the Abyss. I had the Black Butte. I've only had 3 years of it now, right? 2006, 2007, 2008.
The one that I had was really good was the Cranberries was the 26th edition, which was released in 2014. So that was the one that I had, and that was awesome.
Your lotion in the basketball was pretty freaking hilarious.
Oh, thank you. Thank you about that. Right now, I like the 2006. I like the 2007. I like the 2008. I like them all evenly. I hate to say this too much. I like them all evenly. The 2008 that I had at the brewery, I think is still, to me, the most. The problem was, it's not the best. It's the most vibrant, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. It was the most boisterous. It was the bourbon was there. Everything was going on.
Maybe did I think pungent, baby?
I think, and mentally, I was in the area, if you know what I mean. I was at the brewery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
you know
the actual experience of having it at the brewery, hanging out with friends and stuff. Yeah,
but I mean, honestly, this is
that kind of trumps other experiences.
It trumps. And sometimes it forces you to comply, and if it doesn't, it kind of gives you a reprisal. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. If you don't, go with what he says. Oh my God! Jesus fucking Christ! I'm done. Fuck it. Just shut the shit off. I'm done. Go.
I mean, that's up to Peter. I mean, he's allowed it to go to this point. I feel like a couple hours is no big deal.
I'm happy to see where this goes.
I'm just saying.
Like watching that, right? Just waiting for the crash.
No, we've crashed multiple times. It just hasn't been a fatality.
You want to crash? Here comes a crash. I'm gonna give some fatalities, motherfucker. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I had something to say today, and you know what? I'm not gonna say it, and that's my thing. I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
That's impressive from Paul. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I should respect that, but I really want to know what you're going to say.
All I was gonna say was.
No, don't say it. Probably shouldn't say it. Shut your mouth.
I mean, yeah. Good idea, Joe.
No, I have great ideas. I might corrupt the shit out of every single person I come in contact with. But some of my ideas are okay sometimes. This is one of them.
Yeah. He may be a corrupter, but he's a conscientious corrupter.
I only corrupt in nice comm settings when people aren't expecting it.
I was gonna say there's a lot of F words, and they go with very specific regions and people.
We're gonna keep that on the down low, like not anywhere on this channel right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give regions, I suppose.
No, I got no.
I don't look like it's there. Oh.
You sure you want to do that? This is power natural, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? No one likes what I have to say when I really fucking say it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you just said it.
Yeah. Like Rod would, because he's like, woo. Like, no, but everybody else won't like what I have to say.
Yeah, Rod enjoys corruption.
I think Craig disappeared.
Craig probably went and reviewed his fucking 38th beer tonight at some point. Yeah. Lee went and wanted to get
Joe. Joe gives a fist bump. Fist bump, Joe. Thanks for stopping me.
Fist bump, Joe. Fist bump. Almost sounded a bit gee.
Fist bump. Oh.
Boom.
Yeah, but no one,
boom.
Yeah.
You gotta come in. You gotta go boom.
I feel like I missed something critical, like a critical turning point in the chat.
Paul was gonna absolutely. Yeah, I would have said give it about 15 to 20 minutes, and Peter no longer has a channel. I mean, that's pretty much where we were going. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked Paul off that ledge, brought him some comments, and I just got random fist bumps from Paul. So I mean, it's a great.
See, Paul did that thing that he very rarely does, and he showed restraint. So we've got to accept that.
Yeah.
Usually, the only restraint he shows is when he ties up the hookers in his basement.
Exactly.
Yep.
When he's restraining.
Yes, that's a little different kind of restraint, but kind of works.
Personal restraint instead of restraint upon others. Yes.
I need a beer.
You know what?
I got the shakes going on. I need a beer.
I shouldn't drink one, but you know, Peter was nice enough to host. Paul was nice enough not to bring this entirely down to his knees.
Have a beer, Joe. Have a beer.
I'm gonna go.
Cheers, beer.
In a few seconds.
You
opened another one? Huh?
You not been drinking?
Oh, I've been drinking. I just had 11% imperial stout that tasted like pure sugar. So I'm hopped up, but also fucked up. So it's a great time.
I got
at this point.
Impending.
We need to start rolling hard times again.
Oh, baby, hot
time, baby, hot time.
If you bring out those crank calls from Dusty Rhodes, I will probably piss myself. So not ideal.
Challenge right there.
No, it sounds like a challenge, baby. But not really. Like, I don't want to piss
for the
myself.
Horseman full, baby.
Yeah, how many you looking for?
I know you. I know you are jealous now. I got
we're
baby
gonna get in the same ring, baby. Strap match. We're gonna bleed the same.
Yeah, I gotta.
You want him looking for Ric Flair or looking for the Horseman? Which one?
Oh, dude, I wonder what I'm looking for. Some Horsemen. How many? 4. Or the other one's like can I leave a message for somebody?
Can I leave a Ric
Flair? Yeah, go ahead. Friday night.
that. Stop, Kane.
Charlie Blanchard, Ric Flair. No, it's so good. It's so good.
I think you're wasting your time. Ric Flair, I know it's you.
Baby doll, you Jezebel. Yeah, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Baby doll, I know it's you, baby doll.
The funniest thing though is he can't say Jezebel. He has to say Jezebel.
Yeah, Jezebel. Jezebel. Yeah. Oh man, dude. The best part about it though is last night on Rod's show, he played the actual Hard Times promo at the end of it, and every single time Dusty said Ric Flair, I just started cracking up. I had to mute myself because it's just the whole thing when he says Ric Flair, like you think about it, you're like, wow, it's crazy. But as he's saying it, it's like, holy shit, it's amazing how he says Ric Flair. Because he gets all Ric Flair! Like you can't just say Ric Flair.
Ric Flair!
He gets angry when he says it.
Yeah, he raises his voice, he get like more slurring, more lisping. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Has anyone had this?
There have been many times you and I have gone
Apple crumble,
and we bled the same blood in the same mud. But this time it's all about business, Jack.
Let's do it.
You and I, Friday night, Daddy, at the Fulton County Stadium.
I like the fact he says. I like the fact he says he didn't do it. I didn't do it.
With a silver saddle, Daddy. Now you go down there with your limousine and your horsemen. Break out the game. Yeah, Rick here, please. It's time for you to meet your maker. It's up for the challenge.
I think the American Dream is barking up the wrong tree.
We'll see if your blood is as red as mine, Mr. Flair. That's right, find out in Flint. You a yellow dog. You hung your phone up on me. Yes. Tell him this is Big Dust, the American Dream.
Big Dust, the American Dream?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a friend of his?
More of a nemesis, I guess you could say. I do not know who this plea pack fella is. All I know is that the other night, when Rick hit me from behind, I saw where the line was drawn, and now, Friday night, it's done. Hey, where did you go, baby dog? Bicycle! He got a bicycle!
I just don't understand. Like, if you're from, I don't know, if you're from below the Mason-Dixon line, you should know who Dusty Rhodes the fuck is. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
More of a nemesis you could say.
More of a nemesis you could say.
Oh, you know what the other one? Stables?
Yeah, I'm looking for a horseman.
How many?
A horseman?
A horseman goes by the name of Rick.
Not here.
Are you a horseman?
I could be. What can I do for you?
You can see me at ball game. Bring all your horsemen. Because I want a Moondog spot. Yeah, I'm looking for a horseman goes by the name of Ric Flair.
Don't know him.
Can I leave a message?
I guess.
All right, write this down. Tell him it's big.
I think you're wasting your time.
Okay.
Tell him to meet me Friday night, Starcade.
Meet you at the Stockade.
Yeah, Starcade, Friday night.
I don't know what you're wasting your time for.
Is this Baby Doll? Baby Doll!
I know it was Baby Doll. Baby Doll!
Hello, I'm looking for some horsemen.
I've got plenty. How many you need?
4. Sorry, I got a little bit of a lift. What about...
Sorry. No, I don't really know what you're talking about.
Is this J.J. Dillon's? No. Don't lie to me, J.J. You and I go way back, Jack.
Well, wrong person.
Don't mess with the American Dream, J.J. Got him, Jack.
You're the wrong guy.
You and I, J.J. Another strap match.
This is the best impersonation of Dusty I've ever heard. It's so
I need to call him and tell him to do some more promos.
Holy fuck, dude! Oh my god, I'm crying. So good.
That motherfucker knows Dusty.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is J.J. Dillon. We go way back, Jack. Oh god.
Yeah, they had one lead where they pranked another radio station and had them going. And they found they were there. They got pissed. With Dusty and Stone Cold.
Yep, I remember that one. Yep. This is Stone Cold, Steve. Let's let that roll, baby. Like, what? No, what? No. Oh, that was a good one.
Did you ever hear the
that was funny.
Specifically Lee, but I guess Paul as well. I don't. So Edge and Christian have a podcast, and they used to have. This was back maybe 6 months ago. They had guys call in to do the best impersonations of wrestlers. This guy did an awesome Stone Cold one, and he came in the one day and he sang Edge's theme song to Edge in Stone Cold's voice, and it was so great because he stopped singing it. And he just makes fun of Edge, and he makes fun of Edge's neck, and he calls Edge's neck a stack of dimes. Yeah, stack. He's like that neck that you, or the stack of dimes that you call a neck. And Edge, I've never heard anyone bust up on a podcast. The guy didn't talk for like a minute straight. He was like, "This is the best thing I've ever heard in my life." It was so good. Oh,
nice. I have to check that out.
Oh, it's so good. He called it a stack of dimes that you call a neck. It's great because Edge, he's retired because of neck problems, so it just worked perfectly. Oh, so good. What'd you go get, Peter? And Craig, you came back with that apple. No more Dusty, Craig. No more Dusty, Craig.
No more. I gotta see what everybody's drinking, baby.
Craig dustied out.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Craig's fucking hammered.
I'm drinking this genuinely fucking awful beer.
I'd imagine that's a honey beer. That's a honey beer.
A honeyed English ale.
Baby.
Honey English ale.
Smooth and satisfying with a hint of sweetness. Not a hint. It's so fucking sweet.
How does it compare to the Fuller's honey beer? Is it the Fuller's honey beer much better?
I've never tried the Fuller's honey beer.
Fuller's honeydew is like basically suppling on your fucking best woman's
this is sort of like that perfumey honey flavor.
I'm guessing the Fuller's organic honey is way better. If you're saying that, like that's like
I'd
sweet.
imagine so.
I preferred that over Waggle Dance by Charles Well Brewery. I preferred it over that. I done them at the same. Yeah, I had them at the same time.
Basically, like if you drink all the other beers, you're like basically suppling on Scottish Jakey.
See, it's funny that you said that though, Peter, about like the perfumey floral note. Yeah. I had a double IPA from Trillium and Bellwoods, which New England style, but they brewed it with Niagara wildflower honey.
Oh, and that showed beer on the post analysis.
Yeah, and that beer was extremely floral, perfumey. It had just like, it wasn't like a New England style. It was almost just like a completely different style of beer. But I mean, obviously the honey had to play a huge role in the characteristics of that because it was way different. And but I get when you said perfumey, I kind of understand exactly what you're talking about. 100% after having that a couple days ago.
It's just not pleasant at all.
No, it's kind of weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but it has alcohol in it, and you're weird. You're
weird. I fucking had drink 87 of them. You're good to go, Peter.
Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and beat the shit out of
him. 3.5 cases, Peter.
Drink more.
All right, Paul, we're gonna have to ask you slow down, settle down a little bit, just slow it down.
It was never proven.
No.
She didn't survive it.
I didn't lick her face. What the
fuck? Let's just say if you asked her, she'd say no.
I don't know how you could say no to Paul.
She would say no. Because you know what? I said, you know what? If you say no, I'll give you a fucking drunken one. And she said yes.
Whoa.
And she said no. So I was like, okay.
No. And you know what? That's on you.
This one's my adjunct-filled Budweiser clone I made for $15 all grain. And it's carbonated. It's yesterday.
I got a couple words to say to you, drunken one.
Would you clone Budweiser?
That's the third time he's done it, Ron. Where have you been?
Well, visually, that looks way better than any Budweiser I've ever fucking seen.
It looks really good.
It hasn't settled out. I'm just now getting it cold enough to where it's kind of crashing.
That must have been one of the new AB and Bev acquired companies.
Actually,
yeah, bro. It's all green. I got brewed it.
Drunken one. I've got a couple words to say to you.
Hey,
9 mil.
Go ahead.
High Point. Springfield.
6.3.
And Smith & Wesson, and all good on my side.
Thank you. You just sent it to me.
Thank you. Cheers. There you go.
Am I led to believe there's no Beechwood maturation with this beer?
Oh, you're led to believe just that. Yeah.
There was maturation for at least a day. Lots of maturation.
No, that's different. That's masturbation.
That was it. That's why it has that salty twine. Yeah, that little bit of that kick. Right out of the girl, right into the brew. There you go.
Okay, well,
Does that why I get this head retention? Is that what's going on?
We're still live, folks. Hello.
Oh,
head
yes.
retention.
Oh my god, if that offends someone who actually drinks beer, I'm so sorry that you're a worthless piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
Damn.
Yeah.
Eloquently put there, Paul.
And on to better things.
That was a full sentence.
Give us all the thumbs down because it actually means shit. Because it doesn't.
Y'all are so awesome on the other side of the pond. Your humor is so totally different. You know?
Well, I love English humor. I love it. It's just so not brass like we ignorant pieces of shit are.
Yeah, it's very dry.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Merry Christmas, Santa, you fucking wanker.
Yeah, wanker.
Have a wank, Santa. Have a wank. I'm sorry, I'm on the fucking bottom fucking forum, and everyone says have a wank. So you know what? If that's offensive, so am I. Have a wank.
Okay. No, well, there's another one. I've got some crackers in there. Oh, you didn't tell me girls were coming.
Ooh, that's so naughty. That's too much for you there, buddy. All the crackers are there.
Nothing to do with me. It's just...
don't make me. I'll sprinkle some brown sugar in there. Oh, mix it up.
Nothing to do with me. That's just a line on bottom.
Oh, jungle love.
Let's get this straight. They was crackers, not slags, right? They was crackers, not slags.
Crackers.
Don't worry. We didn't import some Scottish Jakies to ruin your day. We got proper slags up on the fucking salsa from Somerset. You know what I mean? Oh, it's all good.
I'm drinking this at the moment. Apple crumble ale.
Who's that by?
Thank you for the segue.
It's brewed for the American market, apparently, and I was given it yesterday.
How does it actually go? Apple crumble
from Holland.
Apple crumble ale.
Yeah, it's from the brewers of Old Speckled Hen. So it's actually
Moreland.
It's Moreland. Yeah, it's a Green King beer, but it's brewed for the American
by
market.
Green King? Yeah, that's bad.
We can't get this beer here.
Bad.
Yeah,
we can't get this beer here.
What's the ABV on it?
It's
only a 4.1, which is weird.
Chemical mixed with chemical mixed with chemical mixed with chemical mixed with.
Yeah, that would be my question. Is it like chemically like the fucking Wells and Young banana shit, or?
Yeah, it's very, very watery for me.
Does that actually taste anything remotely like an apple crumble?
Yeah. Right. I'm no reviewer, but that looks really gimmicky even to my dumb ass, you know? It's great.
Well,
it's one of them beers I'm just intrigued with. It's in a 355ml bottle as well. You get
Not
a
saying
5
I wouldn't try it, but it doesn't sound like very good.
It's
what you're saying is if I put my dick in a 355 ml bottle, you'd be intrigued by it.
I think anyone would.
No, I don't think that's what I'm saying.
Intrigued like watching a car crash. Intrigued, but intrigued nonetheless.
There's plenty of room there, Paul.
Sometimes you just
usually
have to let it go.
you
have to let it go. Let it go.
And usually when you use the sort of trope of watching a car crash, it usually implies you're driving by so you can like avoid it in like about 2 or 3 seconds. This probably
true.
not so much.
No.
Not so much. They're all going to get
It's not
whitewashed.
too bad. It's not too bad.
Whitewash. Not too. No, get good.
What,
Applause,
the
people.
witnessing
It's not too bad.
penis in a bottle or the beer?
Oh, I'm good. I'm
No,
glad.
fuck that
I'm really
fuck
glad
that shit.
because
No,
I
just the
thought
beer.
it was.
Oh, just the beer.
I thought it was going to be bad. I really did. I really did thought it was going to be bad.
That's Moreland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
Moreland is still
then Green King owns them, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
It's brewed at Barry Sedman's. So.
Okay.
I'm really surprised you like it because I thought it was going to be really, really bad.
It's okay. I mean, I didn't give it a particularly massive score, but it's okay. It's not a drain pour.
Did you try the old malt hen?
I remember the Young's banana nut beer was so fucking bad no one would drink it. Like that's how bad it was.
Well, that one significantly changed once they got bought up.
Oh, okay.
Like it'd be like I had an early version of that where it was it was fairly authentically kind of banana tasting, where it wasn't so chemically or whatever. But once they sort of got bought up, it was like, no, too sweet, too weird, too chemically. Didn't taste like anything.
It's not too sweet. It's just a little bit thin, to be honest with you.
So it doesn't like carry those flavors properly then.
It does at that initial first taste. It's all there, and then it just drops off a cliff, and it's watery and done. So it's a little bit kind of like you say. It's probably that added crap that they put in some of these beers. I mean, but it was given to me. So anyway, if Simon's watching, thank you, mate.
Yeah.
It's just something different. I was just really intrigued by it. It says limited edition. I've looked online and stuff, and it says it's homebrew. It's like this is more than a homebrew because it's actually got all the labelling and stuff like that. And it's definitely they must have done another batch since that.
Yeah, that's what sounds. Or maybe it was. Do they ever do sort of like Pro-Am series with those breweries where they have like the brewery?
Oh, like contest sort of thing.
with amateurs, and it's like, hey, bring your recipe to our brewery.
Yeah, it could be, but it's definitely been. It's definitely with the label and stuff. It's the size bottle.
Yeah,
pretty much like a small kind of Fuller's kind of shaped bottle.
Yeah,
it's got that look about it. But it's a 355 ml.
Yeah, it does look like the modern Fuller's bottles. Yeah.
Not that I see Fuller's beers in this size bottle. They're generally over here.
500 ml.
Right, but the shape is very much Fuller's. Like,
it's just like that kind of.
What was that,
style,
Joe?
But,
what beer was that, Joe? I've seen that can before.
Sip of Sunshine from Lawson's Finest.
Oh, I'd love to.
I've seen that before.
Sip of sunshine.
Yo, super shelf turd here now in Western Europe.
Ah, okay.
No, we get this now. It's funny because we get this.
Are you are you pulling a J? You like all sabered up there?
Okay, number 1, fuck you, Rod. Number 2, fuck you, Rod. Number 3, never mention that again, and fuck you, Rod. Number 4, yes. Number 5, fuck you, Rod. Number 6, no, Rod. Number 7 is Sip of Sunshine from Lawson's Finest. Number 8, fuck you, Rod.
I don't know if you're J or Booze Reviews. I'm getting confused here.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Don't stop. Just don't stop.
Well, here.
Very
here's the
corruptive
thing.
language.
I'll say this.
I know, right?
Joe is definitely not Jay because he's not boring the fuck out of me.
I have one thing going for me, and then when I say one, you add these together, it's 2, and I don't know what I'm doing. So this is Sip of Sunshine. Yeah, I mean, this is a popular old school New England style IPA. See, it's not hazy. I mean, it's kind of pretty. It's slightly hazy, right?
Good. That's a beer.
But,
it's a beer.
Yeah, it's just an IPA, but it's pretty good. It's one of those beers though, because it has such a following and has for like the last 3 years. We randomly now get it in Western New York. This used to be only in Vermont. Then it was like I think they brew this now at Two Roads, which I know Greg has a Two Roads beer in his possession right now. Yeah, brewed and bottled at the Two Roads Brewing Company at Stratford, Connecticut. So it's contract brewed now at Two Roads. And so randomly, like cases upon cases show up, no limits locally. It's $16 a 4-pack, which is steep, but it's one of those beers like a year ago. People search to get they drive up to the brewery to go and get cases of it. Now it's just randomly here. It's awesome. Like no complaints. It's a good beer. It's not.
I pictures of it everywhere.
Yeah, no, it really is a solid beer, but it's not one of those beers that I'll like I just randomly picked up a 4-pack that was just on the shelves. I wasn't going, but like it comes here and people buy like the one place got 40 cases, sold out in like 3 hours, like done, gone, right?
40 cases. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's just one place out of about like even grocery stores ended up getting like 10, 12 cases of this. Just random grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very popular. It sells out usually. It's a good beer. I enjoy it. It's one of those beers people are like, oh, it's not that good anymore. Well, I mean, whatever. There's fucking billion beers now. Who knows, right?
I'd still love to try it.
I'd love to try. I've always seen it, but I've never.
If there's such thing as a classic New England style IPA, that's what this is.
I'm sure I saw cans of that while I was in Germany. I didn't realise what it was. I'm sure that's where I've seen it.
I first saw this can about 3 or 4 years ago. I think
it has enough.
I think the Date Nazi reviewed it when I first saw it.
Yeah, I don't know when they first started releasing this. Probably on tap. Let's see what on tap says.
Speaking of Nazis, Chris from the 10th says # pray for JoJ.
Chris,
I needed a segue to make that comment.
I like Chris. Chris is a good guy.
Wow. Yeah, I like Chris a lot.
That's too close for comfort.
So
no,
this
you
beer.
Don't like the N word, do you, Joe?
God damn it, Craig.
JoJ.
That's good. That was good.
No, just JoJ.
No, that was good. No, JoJ. Please stop. No, I don't.
Okay. Right, Brew Reviews US.
So on Tapped, Craig, this beer was first added on 4/3/14, so about 3.5 years ago or so.
Yeah, that's probably when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's what I'm not going to say this is in the vein of like heady, but it kind of has that like old school
like
kind of following to it. Yeah, and again, drinking this, it's juicy, it's fruity, but it has like some resinous pine qualities, a little bit more bitter than the typical New England style to kind of balance it out. And I dig it.
Before the haze craze kind of thing.
Uh-huh. It's definitely good, no doubt. I'm sure you guys will see it. It'll be shelf turned in the UK at some point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get much over here.
Well, I sent one of these to Eric Spears review, so we'll see what he thinks about it. I'm sure he'll give it a shitty score.
He's over in the UK next month.
Oh yeah, he is. He was mentioning. Hopefully, he gets to hang out with you guys, or at least get some recommendations where to go.
Speaking of beer mails, just briefly, Joe, I will be, of course, sending you the Fuller's Imperial Stout, but also there's going to be some other stuff added to that. So I don't anticipate you starting your channel anytime soon. Like,
yeah, man, fuck you.
Maybe,
but probably not.
A few weeks into the new year, so it's going to be a substantial beer mail because the best thing about Nova Scotia right now is like almost everything now is canned.
Yeah.
So I can send you a shitload of stuff for cheap. So you're going to be good. You're going to be satiated.
You said you were going to pay me back for all the stuff I said. And I was like, never, don't. So I'll donate.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should take me on my word. You should stop doubting me, sir.
I didn't doubt you. I just, I never doubt you. I doubt Paul because there's a lot to doubt there.
Just shut up and take it.
Well, I will say this. When I do start my channel, I will review the Fuller's Imperial for sure. 100%. I will save it to review it. Whether it's
no. Here's the thing. Everything I send you, you have to review.
Well, I mean, by reviewing, pour down my drain, most likely.
No.
Oh. That's not me, then. Sorry, I got confused. Lost in translation between Canada and the U.S. We're not this.
Listen, motherfucker. Listen, here's the thing. Everything you ever sent me, I reviewed.
You did.
So everything I send you, you have to review. And now I'm at the point now where it's like, Joe's like, I'm not going to send you anything anymore because unless you review it, I'm not going to send it to you.
No, I just, it's expensive.
Come on.
Not as expensive.
Come on.
What I need to do is make Crispy the middleman and just give you like 6 beers to send your way. Because like,
yeah,
a lot of the awesome beers that I'm like, one of the cool things about sending you beers back in the day was you had a chance to try a lot of the cool, fucking hard to get beers. And I wanted you to try them because you don't get like being able to try Parabola and Bourbon County and stuff like that. I wanted to see your opinion because up to that point, you had like KBS, which was awesome because Dan sent it your way. Or was it Dan or yeah, it was Dan, right?
It was Dan. I sent me, yeah.
So, it was all about anytime I ever sent you a beer, but in general, like anybody, I just send it because you want people to enjoy them, right? So there's no hidden motive or anything, but like you always say, beer karma.
Part of the grooming
process. Beer karma, man.
Yeah, beer karma is where it's at, man. It is part of the grooming process. It is, Rod. I expect you to send me nothing but cases of Stella.
Part of the grooming process.
It's a process.
Here's a question. Should I focus more on grooming or corrupting people? That would be my question for you guys.
Corrupting, if that's the word.
Yeah, corrupt more people because that's more interesting.
Okay.
Seems to fit for you.
All right, I just making sure.
Grooming, yeah.
Corruptive grooming. That's fucking way above my pay grade, which is currently at 0 for doing all this stuff. But
that's foreign language. That's different.
And it's still cool. One of the coolest gimmicks. I feel like I'm a wrestler, like living the gimmick of being the corruptor or whatever. But it's still to me the most asinine thing that anyone would think that is just to me. It's just, I guess I underestimate how people think. I don't know. It's crazy.
That's the best thing about the joke. That is the single best thing about this whole joke is that fucking an idiot like fucking Jay would like consider that to be something legit.
Yeah.
And then we just run with it and make a joke out of it.
I don't know. Like I don't.
I'm over here. I don't want to go into that, but I'm just saying.
I like to have fun, and that's
beautiful.
That's the thing. Like
it's beautiful.
There's few and far between of people.
We run with it. We roll with the fucking punches.
Well, that's what we do as a whole, right? I think we all do, and getting to know Peter and Craig and whatnot, they're in the same vein, and that's fantastic. It's just if you're not having fun doing this and just joking around and poking fun at your friends and whatnot, I mean, what's
if anybody on this panel gets the title, that would probably be Paul.
Paul corrupts.
If anybody on this panel gets the corruptor title, is Paul.
Well, Paul corrupts himself more than anyone else. That's he's a self-corrupt.
It's pseudo corruption.
I think Paul would have passed out somewhere.
He's like 50 pulls in 20 minutes. Yeah, they corrupt you real quick.
Yeah, Paul has a tendency to drink all the beer instantly and then fuck off for the rest of the night. Right now, we're currently in one of those situations.
I guess so. You haven't
a little bit
seen him in a second.
2 balls deep into the Black Butte. Once he opened the Black Butte after drinking that other big beer, I was like, "This is trouble."
Is there any comments out there, Joe? Or
I think you best read the comments because it's taking such a long time to get to.
Yeah, there's a lot of Joe J's happening right now, and on the 10, Chris says. All right, so we'll just go down here because why not? We have on the 10th, Chris saying he's working, but just trolling whilst on break, which is what he does. He told Paul terrible accent earlier, which I must have missed that. Was Paul doing something that he shouldn't have been doing? Never mind.
I think he was.
I don't believe it.
Frisk.
It's some kind of UK accent or something.
That's the one.
Frisk Heaters, which goes by another name, killed those women with his penis in a 355 milliliter bottle. Hashtag pray for Joe J. Joe J isn't available in Western New York. Half of it is. And then he says, Lee, when I sent your package, will you review it?
Well, here's the thing.
I sent you your package.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Chris. I think you told me you were going to send me the milk stout from
left hand. Fucking right, bro.
Left hand. Yeah, I think that's what you said you were going to send me. That one we will do on a beer analysis in some point in the future. But if you send me anything else that's not going to be on the beer analysis, I will not review it. So just letting you know.
Is that the nitro?
Yeah, the nitro. Yeah.
Which you just posted the review a little while ago, Craig, with a couple days ago.
Yeah, I could get that at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
I might be able to get that.
Oh God, the anal lysis is going worldwide. Well, at least.
Yeah.
No, you guys are more welcome, dude. If we do left-hand milk stout, I love that.
Yeah,
I'd love to fucking analyze nothing about it and just talk shit the entire time. Mm-hmm. No, it's a good beer. It's honestly, if people like Guinness, they owe it to themselves to try that beer.
Oh yeah,
like they owe it themselves.
Like Guinness.
Craig, were you gonna say something? You look like you're gonna say something.
Guinness with flavour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
No, I think that'd be
Murphy's.
I think that's Murphy's. That's what that is, Murphy's.
Yeah, that's Guinness with flavor. Yeah.
And then left hand is Murphy's with more flavor and a little bit lactose.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, very good.
And then he continues. Oh, well, fucking Craig, jovial Joj, you motherfucker.
That's so bad.
Goddamn dad jokes.
That's terrible.
And then Chris says hashtag corrupting Joj. Yeah, I mean, kind of. He also said the beer mail is coming with others. Nice. And then he says Polish sex juice. And those for those of you who are not Canadian, and for those of you who are not Canadian but also not Chris, Polish sex juice is Mill Street's vanilla porter nitro, which he loves. And it's totally like a 7.5 out of 10, but no big deal. He thinks it's like a 10 out of 10. But it's Chris. He has a baby palate. Anything over 5% has an alcohol burn. He's dumb.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Chris. Once you send your beer mail to me, I'm gonna send shit back. Beer karma, motherfucker, and your alcohol palate is going to be increased a little bit.
Yeah, you should send him nothing but 10% plus, dude.
And I can do that too. So.
Just to piss him off.
Just saying.
Yeah, so we pretty much have Chris watching. That's it, because Paul earlier drove away. I think it was somewhere around 17 people. So we're just getting back into the pluses.
Yeah, that's to get 17 people at once.
Yeah, we're at +2 watching now. So that's more than -7, which we were at earlier.
I've got this sitting on the floor. It's the
Oh, we should do that too, anal lysis, but I don't know if many people can get it.
This is the Nigerian.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, got the Nigerian version.
Come on.
Well, we got the fucking Moosehead brewed piece of shit version, Greg. That's what we have. It's all right, though.
Does Moosehead do their Imperial?
Yeah,
I don't think they do.
Wouldn't that make the anal lysis much better, though, if you had like different versions of it?
7.5.
It'd be interesting. Like the one I had was the I think the Caribbean version or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, and I didn't think too highly of it. I thought it was kind of weak, honestly.
Right.
Well, here's the thing.
There's a Belgian version and a Nigerian version. This is 7.5.
Why are there so many versions? Why aren't there just the version? It's just a version.
Yeah.
It's the version of the.
But I mean, when you go to like the Caribbean, like there's like a whole different beer culture there, where all these European fucking countries, they make these exclusive beers just for that region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. So shh. Paul's back. Don't let him hear about the foreign extra stout. I might start a rant.
I can hear the lamb screaming as he's eating.
Yeah. Whatever he just killed and is eating raw is probably in the background, at the very least wincing.
Over a while.
Still alive. For all you vegetarians out there, look away now.
I don't think there's any vegetarians watching. Hopefully not. Maybe.
Can't hear you at all, Paul. Turn it on.
Hang on, he's got to unmute himself, so the chaos continues. And he's struggling. He's struggling. The struggle is real right now. Hang on. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Too much raw meat juice on his fingers.
Paul,
Really.
we're gonna pretend we hear you, Paul. There we go.
I have the 200th anniversary version.
Dude, the 200th anniversary Guinness was really good.
Yeah,
I
tried to get hold of that, and
probably a little thin. Probably a little thin for Paul, but fucking, it's not molasses, so I get it.
I actually sent an email to Guinness to try and get a bottle.
How the fuck do you guys don't get? I know it's the 200th anniversary of them importing it into the States, but you still think just like you guys should get it, like baby.
We only just got the Antwerpen stout, so
I thought that was pretty good. Nothing, I don't think amazing, but it was fucking solid. I enjoyed it. The thing about Guinness is listen, everyone looks at Guinness draft and says whatever, but they can make fucking good beer, and we all know it. And that's this. They're good brewery.
They can do.
Yeah,
they just.
I don't judge Guinness by their draft, though.
By their drought. By the drought, you mean drafted? The drought.
Yeah, the drought.
Okay.
They do make good beer. They do. Like when they do it the right way, they do.
What is Drucker one? Drucker, what are you drinking?
That's my dry stout right there. Funny y'all mentioned Guinness. That's my dry
Yo,
stout.
that looks fucking. I'm not gonna lie. That looks fucking pretty
lovely.
goddamn good. Like that looks really good.
No, this was just carved. Ouch! This was just carved yesterday. You can't see. Oh, it's a bright ass light. You can't see through.
Blinding us.
I can see it. I can see the light.
Through that thing.
No, but you know what? I was to say that.
Dude,
if we go, everyone is yellow.
Douche, you know.
Or is it Bruce? Revved up like a douche. No, but Drucker one. That honestly looks like. Put that back up. That looks like it's actually nitro. If you just look at it it looks nitro.
It does. It does look.
Thank you. It's a bit overcarbonated as of yet, but yeah, I just put it in there last night. So
it's pretty fucking tasty.
It's doing pretty good. I got it on 20 pounds of pressure and shook the shit out of it.
Wow, that's really nice.
So here we are.
Nice. Well, and I'll say, Drucker, I'm glad you enjoyed the beer I sent to you. Like I said, I know you enjoy most beer. I don't know if there's many beer that you don't enjoy, but cool that at least the beer I sent you isn't shit and you enjoyed it.
Oh,
now, the sour one.
I appreciate it.
The sour one I'm looking for, the wild. I want to see you drink.
Okay.
What did I send you? Was it the Monks?
Yeah,
the Monks Cafe? That one.
Let me
that
get
was
this
really
one
interesting.
down, and then I'll kick into that sour if we're still doing this.
No, what'd you say?
I said let me finish the and I'll jump into that sour.
Okay, no rush, no rush. I'm just saying I'd like to see you drink it. Because for someone who's never had
sour beer
yeah, for someone that hasn't had a sour, even Monk's Cafe is, it's gonna be a little bit kicking the ass to you. It'd be kicking the punching the throat, as Paul would say if he opens his eyes.
Yep, I got it.
In the throat,
right in the throat.
Get punched right in the throat.
Right in the throat.
Peter knows what I'm talking about. Right in the throat.
The throat.
Right in the throat.
Right in the throat.
Right in the throat. Right in the throat.
Right in the throat.
Right on the
Don't stop.
No, you encourage Peter, please. That's the greatest ever.
Right in the throat.
Right in the throat. Right in
the throat.
Right in your throat.
The one review you did was like 4 or 5 minutes straight of that. It was so fucking god awful, but great at the same time.
Oh yeah.
All the spirit, baby. It's a crack.
And you're like, I'm gonna piss off.
Guinness was fabulous.
You're like, I'm gonna piss them all off, and I'm like, this is great. Just keep doing.
I will never be allowed back in Ireland
this stout.
ever again.
Oh, it's all the stout. It's all this stout. All this stout. Oh, it's the crack.
So, Rod, what did you think of the two other? Did you have both other half beers? The 2 IPAs?
Yeah, the 2 IPAs. I got the reviews coming. I don't want to tell you. I got to watch.
Well, I know, but you like that the mouth the mouthfeel and the body on that.
I ain't telling you.
Right?
I ain't telling you.
Man, you're gonna make us wait like this, Rod. Rod, I was nice enough to send it to you. You're gonna make me wait. You're gonna make you wait for this.
I like both. I like one more than the other.
But you like the daydream better because
The
mouth feel.
Yeah, double high. Definitely.
Yeah, that was like it's on another level. Like when you're drinking an IPA, like the mouthfeel and body, it doesn't kind of fit what you're thinking of like a double IPA. It's kind of weird, but it's in a good way. That is.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 on Untapped, and you rarely do that, baby. So I knew you liked it.
Oh, so you already knew I liked it.
Yeah, I knew you liked it, baby. But I don't know. Like, you gave it 4.5. I'm like, I don't know what that means in terms of the 100-point rating, baby. Does that mean it's a 90? Is that 92?
Way to groom me to the answer, I tell you.
That's how I roll, man. You could be lucky. Either I could groom you or I could corrupt you. I'll let you off easy. No, that's cool. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what you think of the. I know Paul liked the bourbon barrel aged sponge candy. No, you like the regular sponge candy stout, right? That from Resurgence, the Imperial. Both, but you prefer that.
I've never had the Imperial.
No, you did have the Imperial. I don't think you had the bourbon barrel one.
Nope.
On a scale of 1 to yes, I'm right, you're wrong.
No, I had the Imperial. I've never had. No, I had the Imperial, the regular, and the Imperial.
I tell you what, I love it with Paul.
I've never had.
He's fine one minute, then just like that, he becomes a slurry, amazing hot mess.
Like become Lance.
There's two things. There's two things happening.
I could just see him as Joe was talking, like rocking and like shaking to himself.
I've never had the bourbon barrel aged version of it.
Here's the thing, Paul. You totally have. You've had the Imperial, and
I've never had the bourbon barrel aged version of it.
No, you haven't had the barrel aged version.
No, I'm saying the bourbon barrel aged.
Two things.
I actually thought that was the regular that you sent me. The regular.
Oh, the Imperial you thought was the regular.
Yeah.
I thought that was the regular to Eric. It's in cans now. It's solid. It's solid.
So they actually have three. They actually have three versions of that.
They have
regular, the Imperial, and the. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a 5.5% regular stout that's just with sponge candy. Then they have the 10% Imperial. Then they have the barrel aged Imperial. But I said Rod sponge candy with it.
If you have the Imperial, like, why would you ever do the regular? It's so amazing. The thing is, the Imperial is so good. I didn't know they did a regular version. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't even know.
Well, I have to send you one so you can tell me how thin it is and how gross it is.
Oh, don't ever do that because it would ruin the review.
I can just see the review now. Why would you send this to me? Why would anyone drink this?
Why would anyone Why would anyone make it? Resurgence, yeah. I hope all of your kids die tonight.
No. There you go, Joe.
Yo, that's a little dark. Hopefully Resurgence doesn't see this. Resurgence, if you do see this, I hope the opposite. I hope they all live.
Like if you only make the only Imperial.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Peter, I got a question for you. Peter, you there?
I can't. Don't be all fucking negative. He never sent it to me. Don't be all negative. Don't be all fucking negative.
Not trucking want to ask Peter this question.
Don't be all fucking negative, assholes.
I was going through my comments about my kegerator video. I know it's not about me, but the thing is, there's this guy from the UK. He said that he has his beer mostly in poly pins to kegging, but it doesn't. It's not kept in a kegerator. So they said that it's based. They like the beer warm, is what it says on here. What is a poly pin?
A poly pin? I've never heard of a poly pin.
That's what it says. He says I mostly have my beer in poly pins. Is that something like that live brew stuff, whatever it is? It's like it's another guy. Chris.
Is it another name for a corny keg?
No, sir. It sounds like he's a UK guy. No, he's a UK guy, and it says we like our beer warm.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
Is that one of the live beer? Like it's
yeah,
it's
I think
like,
so.
All right, so I have the answer here. Just doing a quick search. It says pin is a word that generally you don't hear too often, probably because it's not as marketable and fun to say as firkin. A pin is a smaller cask size, essentially a half firkin. It holds 4.5 imperial UK gallons, which is 5.4 US gallons, which ends up being approximately 43 16-ounce pints worth of beer. If a bar refers to a cask that they're tapping without specifically mentioning a firkin, there's a chance it is in the smaller pin cask. As an example, the recent Odell IPA cask at Brewbaker's was a pin, and from what I hear was empty in about 20 minutes. So it's just a different version of basically a cask. It's a smaller version of it.
It's like a cask, meaning like keg. I'm painting me stupid. I'm just trying to learn this, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
It seems like a domesticated cask or something.
The cask scale,
tiny cask.
Yeah.
As best I know, they don't have it doesn't have like a CO2 bottle or whatever. It's the fact that this pump
it's live fermented.
So Drunken, but also on Wikipedia it says a pin is equal to half a firkin, and plastic versions of these casks are known as polypins and are popular in homebrewing and the off-trade, which is delivered for home consumption. They're also popular at beer festivals where non-standard beers are sold. So
What's out? You're drinking from the off-trade. You're drinking from the off-trade. You're gonna get disease.
The interesting question that raises from this is: Are they wooden casks? Like, does that refer to wooden ones?
Because it's plastic. It's plastic.
Oh, it's all plastic.
They said it
okay.
very specifically, it's plastic.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're drinking from the off-trade, Lee.
I'm drinking from a Trillium snifter, Peter.
Because I was just going to say, if they were actually wooden casks,
How poserish is that, John?
I don't know.
If they were actually wooden casks that held beer, then it would be something akin to a quarter cask in whiskey, where it's a smaller space, so the liquid has more contact with the actual wood, and there's.
I want everyone to know that basically
quicker maturation.
The idea.
All right, Paul. Lee's trying to drop knowledge for a second. Time out.
No, that was good.
No. I love you. I love you, Lee. I love you. All of your shit is gonna die slowly. And PA is going to be the only thing that you can drink from. So I need to
learn. We're all going to die slowly.
I need to learn everything that Lee says, because Lee is
last
God.
time I say this. Pierce, last time I say this is on you.
And it is very much on me.
The more that Lee talks, the better we all have.
I'm with you. I understand exactly.
I'm just saying.
I'll never forgive myself.
I'm saying
the infamous
I just noticed the more that Lee talks, the more I need to listen, because he understands what's going to happen.
Behind all the hate,
here's the thing.
There's a lot of knowledge.
No. Here's the thing. Apparently, I didn't listen because apparently these polypins are plastic, so the whole maturation thing just goes out the fucking window. So who cares?
Yeah. Lee's upset. You know what? Fucking we'll bring plastic.
Lee knows exactly what to do with the pins. He knows exactly what to do with the maturation, and I need to start doing it immediately, because PA will be the new hub.
Let's be honest. PA is the new nothing. They have nothing new. To go to comments, Chris says the two lower thirds are awesome for both Drunken One and Peter. So he also said we should probably plug our channels like for Redbeard, which I don't even think is possible.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, just do a lot of that. You're good.
Although he has seemed to have calmed down in recent chats.
Yes. And if you want to sign up to my channel. I don't have one, but you can do it anyway.
Like a red rubber ball.
And then he did the whole
Redbeard has behaved himself for the beer analysis.
He's been really good. He has.
I will say this with Redbeard, and if Redbeard happens to watch this, I like
Redbeard.
I think Redbird's a good dude. Or Redbird. Yeah, Redbird's a good dude. We'll just go with Redbird. No big deal. Big Bird's a good dude. He's a good person. It's just when he gets drunk,
Joe.
He gets drunk sometimes, and like a lot of people, he sometimes gets a little rambunctious. Right? It happens, and he gets a little. little talkative and whatnot. So
Yeah. The only point is
shut your whore mouth.
I'm sorry.
No, here's the point. Here's the point of Redbeard. Redbeard, like you say, Redbeard, don't do this, and then he doesn't.
No.
The whole thing is like no one has ever said, Paul, don't say this.
No,
Because
we have.
They said,
No,
Paul,
we've done that plenty of times. I think you're just pretty much describing yourself.
That's
Paul.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
It doesn't help.
No, but
That's bullshit.
Paul, we've said that.
Can I clarify
No,
here?
you haven't. No, you haven't, Joe.
Can I just like clarify here briefly? When it comes to the Beer Analysis 101, we've been trying to do the show a much more,
I understand why Rob will never invite me to any one of his shows. I get it.
I get it. You have a special thing that we're doing on our Thursday show.
Yeah, I get it, Rod. I get it.
Well, we didn't. Craig wanted to join last night for Lagunitas, and yeah, unfortunately, well, not me because it's not my show, but Rod also.
And Redbeard tried to join before, wanted to join, yeah.
It's nothing personal, even though it is, and it's just that's how it goes.
No, and with the beer analysis 101,
Joe has groomed me to go this way now.
No,
it's Persian. I get it.
I have no control over anybody's channel.
Joe's taking over my show next week. We're doing an awards show next week. That's all Joe.
Yeah, it's all Joe. It's all Joe. That is me. But I mean, award shows are pretty.
Don't forget to give me the categories.
Yo, I'll totally give
No,
them to
don't
you
worry.
later tonight, tomorrow. You'll get them.
We will never have a beer talk with PA Brew News. We'll never have that because of Joe.
What was it, like 2 Friday nights ago we were on there doing a hangout?
Yeah, Paul, you dirty whore.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Well,
that's on you. No, Lee, go ahead. Finish. Paul's done. He's gonna let you talk. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, Lee.
I love.
I was just gonna say with the beer analysis. With the Beer Analysis 101, we've been trying to keep it fairly quote-unquote professional, trying to keep it, without a lot of nonsense and shit like that. So Redbeard has acquitted himself very well in that situation. And
he's
he's more than welcome for future ones.
Yeah, and anybody else, here's the thing. For our Beer Analysis 101s, they're super serious, and so many people watch them, all 3 of them. If you want to join, and it goes for Peter... Yeah, if you want to join, you got the beer and you can. I mean, you stay on topic. We make sure you're not hammered before you show up. Stay on topic. Yeah. Because what we usually do is we do the beer analysis. It's 30 to 45 minutes. And then after that, we usually do a post hangout or go on BDU, and then you can be fucking stupid.
You can go crazy after that. But, I mean, there is a format for the beer analysis because we wanted to make a point that we can actually do a show better than fucking Jay Terrio and all those other fucking assholes out there who just do these fucking bullshit, just whirly bird crap shows where everyone has mic problems and everyone doesn't have the fucking beer or the fucking whiskey involved, and they just talk bullshit for like a fucking hour, and it's like that's not doing anyone any good. It's not doing anyone. It's not giving anyone any information. It's not giving anyone any value at all. We're trying to actually keep it fairly concise, and we're trying to keep everyone on topic and on point, and that's the whole thing about it. And then after that, the after hangout, fuck yeah!
Oh, it's as bad as ever.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You want to talk the layout of the show.
Be like Beer Ventures, trying to keep it all professional and stuff. What's up with that?
Yo, I'm on Raj's show. Yeah. Professional goes out the window as soon as it starts. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I try to do research.
I mean, like, if you want to take professional, take it like 3 months after I stop drinking. Try to get in. Fuck no. Like,
no, but here's the thing. Raj's show is a really great example of that. Though,
Thanks.
Where you guys, you guys keep it on point.
Yeah, I think like pretty much Lee apparently is like no.
No, here's the thing. Like, I mean, you guys have fun and you fuck around, but you do keep it on point really well.
Well, that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. The goal is to have a balance between, playfully joking around and playing off one another, but also talking about the topic at hand. The problem I have with any kind of like analysis, examination show in general is when you're not keeping on topic and you're not, I don't even say running a tight ship, but you're just kind of all over the place, right? It's like, if you're talking about a single beer and you have a half dozen people on the show, you shouldn't go longer than an hour almost ever, unless it's like a special beer or something where maybe people haven't tried it, so they're experiencing it for the first time, and it's like, they don't know what to say. But if you're like, we've done like Heineken and Stella and stuff, and all of us have had it for the most part, to have an hour and a half show when we've all had it, and most people watching have had it, it's kind of pointless.
The other thing is, why would you have a show when basically everyone that you are on,
because when you have people from two different countries, Paul, you can only have certain beers.
You know what? The next thing you do is you start talking about stuff that people ban you for. I'm just saying.
That doesn't happen on our unprofessional show.
You're going in a very negative direction. The next thing you know, there's going to be lynches and shit. It's not good.
I feel like
what did you say? Lynches? What?
That's only your name, right?
I said David Lynch. But you took it.
So he's gonna be okay.
I took it to the racist direction, not you. Okay, I understand.
Rod's over here, like, totally know why our show is at 4 Peaks,
and this is why he's on Peter's.
It's like, come on to me.
By the way, Peter, I don't want to say this. I didn't want to say this. Is
David Lynch. David Lynch already told me. David Lynch already told me that. You know what? Guess what? Yeah, I'm banned. It's okay.
You know what?
Oh, did he say it like this? Hi, Paul. You're banned.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
All right, this David Lynch guy, I don't know anything about him. Is this somebody who I should look up and sub, or is this somebody you're making fun of?
Famous director.
That was a stupid question.
Have you heard of Twin Peaks?
Ontario thing.
Twin Peaks.
Have you heard of Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks?
The TV show Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is a restaurant around here, a lot like Hooters. They got big tents in there.
Oh my God! Okay,
all right. Let's Texas in a nutshell. I think I prefer your Twin Peaks, to be clear, though. I think I prefer.
It's probably a hell of a lot better than the actual show.
Well, what if you could watch Twin Peaks at Twin Peaks? What happens then?
The universe collapses upon itself, maybe.
There's like some soft porn or something. Maybe some Fredericks of Hollywood magazine.
You watch Twin Peaks at Twin Peaks with David Lynch.
David Lynch. Okay, I gotta. So don't look for
Blue Velvet. Good movie.
Oh yeah, I love Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet's a good movie. Yeah, Drunken One, definitely look up David Lynch. He makes some good stuff, and Twin Peaks is like his,
but not the restaurant.
You mean?
No, you can watch. No, you can seriously check out the restaurant too, based on what I'm hearing.
Be sarcastic, never.
No,
if their restaurant serves some damn good coffee, then
some coffee, some boobs, and some.
Okay. David Lynch, I'm looking it up now. I don't know what to think of that.
Okay, so here's the thing, Drunken One. If you actually watch a David Lynch movie, I want you to make a video about your reaction to it. I really want to see that.
Yes. Watch Eraserhead.
Yes, watch Eraserhead and then jump right into Mulholland Drive or something.
Oh, there you go. Mulholland
Drive. Drunk One, I also want some more of your beef jerky, not to.
Yes, sir. I'll send some your way, and the next batch won't be so dry. That last one.
I didn't have the last batch, so fuck those guys. But yeah, I'd like.
Yeah. Fuck those guys. Good stuff, dude.
They can eat the dry. I don't, beef jerky, I don't get too much into, if it's a little dry or whatever. It's all about flavor because, beef jerky is tough to eat anyway. If you just have to break it down more, who cares? It's all about the flavor, and that's all that really matters. Now, I will say this. I find it hilarious how you spelled Ontario two different ways to do two different people. Now, you must have had a lot of beers, right? You were hammered, right?
Oh, I don't know. Well, that was Rhino. Rhino said, I don't know how that even made it to me. He said,
no, that was like a mistake.
Exactly how the whole thing goes. But he said the Providence was different than the wherever. I don't understand how it all works, but he said the only thing that was right was the zip code thing. And
that's all that matters.
It's got freaking letters in there. What the hell are y'all doing up north?
But honestly, it's kind of like the States. Like if you get the zip code right, it doesn't matter really for the most part. If they can find
the
it.
zip code was your savior on that point.
But it's
otherwise you were sending your mail to the Christie company who make fucking Oreo cookies. That's what you were doing there.
Which I'm sure they would appreciate some free beef jerky. I mean, like I wouldn't have turned it down.
He was surprised that they even made it through the customs thing.
Yeah.
Well, they probably were like, "What the fuck is this?" I give them props for spelling Ontario. Or
they saw the zip code. I mean, honestly, the zip code is the if you get the zip code right, the fucking address honestly doesn't matter for the most part.
And the customs people honestly don't care unless they suspect it's something that's going to blow up at some point.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Zip code, move it on.
Yeah, everyone can have this jerky or whatever. But no, I was telling them the first one I had was really tasty and I enjoyed it. I was telling Rhino and he agreed. And again, Rhino's a big and Rod had it too, but Rhino is a big spice guy. And I was surprised at the kick you had on the beef jerky isn't for someone who doesn't like spiciness. If someone's like, I can't handle spiciness, they would hate your beef jerky because it is spicy. But for people who can handle decent heat, it's fucking really tasty. I mean, Paul doesn't like heat. And he's like, I was eating it and crying as I'm eating it. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's Paul. That's Paul. He's a little different.
So doesn't this make some kind of sense? I don't mean to give his address. I won't give the numbers, but it says Chatham Falls, Ontario.
No, it's Chatham Street. Chatham Street.
Yeah, Chatham Street, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
6222.
Yeah. So that's how that got lost in drunken one translation.
No. Say that again. Then I'm sorry. I got the numbers, and y'all probably don't know it.
It's Chatham Street.
Lots of fucking twos, sixes. Everything I say is wrong.
CADHAM Street, and then Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Oh shit!
Wait, did Paul just rage?
Paul.
Niagara Falls. Okay.
Wait, what did Paul just say?
He just popped something open.
Yeah, I had it totally wrong. I thought his street name was Chatham Falls and it was Ontario.
No, it's Chatham Street, Niagara Falls.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Right, I get it. All right. No wonder he said that.
But he doesn't deserve any more beef jerky.
Okay.
No, I do. I don't. I really don't. I don't.
No, Paul deserves it. Paul can have all the beef, especially since it's
hot.
I
don't.
It's fun to watch Paul eat it.
Anything from everyone.
While you're drinking an old Rasputin barrel.
Oh, Paul, tell us
before it goes bad. Before it goes bad, because
tell us, Paul.
Is that the same bottle of the one that was infected? Same one?
Comes on my knee, Paul.
Technically speaking, it won't be the same bottle until about 5 or 6 sips.
Oh boy!
Because I gotta get rid of the shit that was before it.
Come on, Paul. Let's
wait, did you just mix it with something else?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I've been mixing all day long, baby.
What the fuck are you doing? Did you actually take this beer and mix it with something else before you started to drink it?
Yep.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
That's what I should be doing from everything.
I honestly, you asshole! I honestly wanted to know if this bottle was infected, like the other one you had.
You know what, Lee?
So
fuck you.
All right, time out.
I'm
God damn it, Paul! What the fuck are you doing?
I love you.
Are you eating ice cream, Peter? Are you eating ice cream? What are you eating? Potatoes?
Potato salad.
Oh, potato. Oh. So more bland than me. That's great. Lee, so
I was trying to be emotional.
So Lee, my goal is at some point in 2018, which you said to me the beer mouth. Even if I just send one beer to you, it's going to try to be barrel aged 1050. That's my goal. Okay. That's
and I'm saying this, Joe. If you do send me that one,
what a
we will do it together in a review on your channel.
Calm down. If I can find 2 of them, it's expensive beer and hard to get. But if I can, yes,
that is my caveat for that.
Yeah, cheers. That will be what we'll look for. We will try.
If I find one, I won't drink it. I'll just send it to Joe.
Well, listen, if anyone so the one thing is, and honestly, when my channel does start, I'm going to want to do duo reviews, trio reviews, and stuff. So I'm more than open, especially beers like that are going to be cool and hard to get. I think if you can get duo, trio, fucking whatever group reviews, I'm on board because it's fun. Like if we do the beer analysis CBS, that's gonna be fucking just bonkers. That you're gonna have people all across Canada, in the US, potentially UK. That'd be fucking crazy.
What do you want?
Yeah, and
boy.
this is the way I look at it. I'm excited to help your channel. So I mean,
there's a lot of help needed.
I won't be doing reviews on my channel, but I mean, whenever you want to do a review on your channel, we can work something together. And I'm all for it.
I mentioned to Peter, I mentioned to Craig, I mentioned to other guys. Like I like that's the whole part of it. I like the social aspect of beer too. Honestly, I know there's a lot of things that can be bad about it and whatnot, but you know, I've made a lot of good friends. We've drank a lot of good beer. We've done a shit ton of hangouts and sharing and talking about beer and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Well,
really
I mean, it all boils down to me to fucking beer karma at the same time. And I mean, you've gone above and beyond with your beer mails to people, and me included. And I mean, I want to help out your channel any way I fucking can. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Or fucking burn it to the ground. One of the two, right? Like we got to try one way.
Well, I mean, if my presence brings a lot of down votes and shit.
No, because there's only going to be a couple people.
No, that's me. That's me.
No. Paul brings nothing but sunshine and lollipops to everyone.
No, it's honestly, I've watched this channel. What happens is I should jump on. I should say nothing the whole time, and everyone be happy. That's it.
No, Paul. We all appreciate your presence. We're all friends with you. But I will say this: when you get hammered, all bets are off. All bets. All bets.
So I have a question. Paul. What did you put into that beer you're drinking right now?
Or what was in the glass beforehand?
What was in it? Yeah.
What did you mix that with? Was that the yeah? But what was in there beforehand? You got the old Rasputin. But was that still the Black Butte?
No, that's something different. That's the Trogs. Impending Descent. I told you this, Joe, but you weren't listening to me because you're talking.
No, I don't think I was here. I wasn't here when you opened up
here. You were here. It was the Trogs Impending Descent. That was your other beer that you missed because your Dusty Road, baby, you got some smoked Gouda in your face and you just didn't see it.
Baby, I take the smoked Gouda.
Maybe have some smoked Gouda with some Gagazola, baby. What's going on?
Gagazola, baby. That's
what not punching enough. Give me the limbo.
I got some Camembert in the fucking street.
So you have taken out. You have taken out. What was the first beer you drank?
I drank the campfire stout.
And then you went to the Black Butte anniversary.
Yep.
To the Descent.
And then now to the old Rasputin.
I would also be feeling good as well. Paul, yeah. No, yeah, it's not going to be full.
None of this, baby, is pungent as baby doll's vagina, baby. It's so pungent.
Oh, baby, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
How's those Big Macs feeling right now, Rod? Solid?
Hey, they're sitting heavy.
Two Big Macs is nothing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Like 2 double cheeseburgers and they put lettuce and the Thousand Island dressing on it.
Yeah, I was thinking on this. And like Joe was like, "Oh, Rod's eating 2 Big Macs, so he can't be on camera." I'm thinking about this. Is like 2 Big Macs. That's basically what you see in the advertisement for 1 Big Mac.
At this point,
you put those 2 together because that's how bullshit their burgers are, right?
Yeah.
It would have been 2 double quarter pounders of cheese. That'd have been a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yo, dude, the double quarter pounders with cheese though, with the fucking bottom bun is just like grease.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's like a sponge.
Yeah, if you don't eat it like instant, like if they hand it to you, you just don't consume it. It's like you get home, you're like, oh shit. I guess I'm not gonna eat this bottom bun because it's fucking just a sponge of grease.
Ring that son of a bitch out, huh?
Yeah.
My computer shuts down every night at 9 o'clock. I'll be right back. My computer's gonna shut down for itself, whether I want it to or not. I'll be back. Not like you're gonna miss me, but I'll be back.
You're in control of the computer, Drunken One. You gotta let them know.
I know. No, it shuts down every freaking night at 9 o'clock. My IT guy got to work.
All right.
I'll be back.
So, Craig, why didn't you tell me you have PAL 31? We could have done a duo review of that instead of Winter Cheers, or in addition to Winter Cheers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I get all Firestone shit, bro.
Yeah, I see Firestone. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, they make good shit. What the yeah, it's Craig.
Settle down, Joe.
Craig, bro, you gotta tell me about these Firestone walkers.
Half a chubby right now.
Number
Goddamn.
7.
Oh, it's dude. God damn it. God damn it, Craig. Paul, you all right, bro? You look like you're gonna fucking vomit and or shit yourself and or high five everyone or pound it out.
In fairness,
it's a combination of all four.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, the only reason they're laughing is it's the truth. It could have been any one of those four things.
I was just like kind of watching you, and next thing you know, oh, I'm gonna throw up or pound it out. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Me either.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, man.
That's Saturday night. All right, it's Friday.
Saturday night.
Stockade, baby.
Stockade.
That did some kind of
the same blood, brother.
That shit's fantastic. Like, it seriously is. Like, I listen to those all day long.
Yeah.
This is baby doll. Baby doll.
Baby doll. I knew she was a Jezebel. It's like, oh Jesus. Totally hung up on it.
Jezebel.
I'll get these again, Joe. So.
Well, I mean, hey, if you I'm down for the Winter Cheers tomorrow at some point. Maybe I know probably earlier better for you, but like 6, 7, something like that would work. My time, so like 11, 12 your time.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, we'll do the Winter Cheers out. The Flying Dog, we get hits. Certain things like the Radler of all things showed up here recently, but the K9 Winter Cruiser, and then the 2 Roads, they're 2 juicy double IPA showed up 5 days old.
Yeah,
but the Holiday Ale,
Dusty Roads. Yeah.
Baby, Dusty Roads, baby. See, that's good for you that I didn't get that, because I'd have just fucking been an entire review of me talking like Dusty Rose. It would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Dusty Rose think this Holiday Ale has a little bit too much ginger and nutmeg in it, daddy. A little bit too much ginger, baby.
We can get quite a lot of Dusty Road. 2 Roads over here now. So
it's again, you get more Dusty Roads than I do.
You getting some Dustin in there, baby?
Maybe
My son Dustin, he's cleaning up, baby. He's dusting all over the place, baby.
I'm sure we can get a few of their beers and
the thing is, Craig, if you want to do some reviews, we can get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, over here.
The Winter Cheers will be interesting. I never had that. Have you had the Winter Cheers? I haven't had it.
No, not at all.
Oh, baby, we're going in blind. No, we're blind.
Yeah, well.
Listen. Do you know my son Cody? He's with the Bullet Club right now.
Baby, he had no last name because the WWE took it from him.
No, he took his name, baby.
Baby, with Cody Rhodes now, it's just Cody, baby. He's the man naked.
Just Cody. Although his wife had his last name, Brandy Rhodes, baby. But Cody, he don't have the last name.
Yeah. I generally, when I do kind of like analysis beers, I like to review them already, or I've got another bottle to review after, whatever. But that one I'm not too.
Yeah, it's just Victory, Winter Cheers. No one cares, right? No one cares.
Well, I'm assuming so, but yeah.
I don't care because you're reviewing.
Assuming? You're assuming?
Oh, we're gonna assume the shit out of it.
Assuming.
You're so fucking racist.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Shoo. I'm assuming.
Talk.
What the fuck? Come on, that was not bad.
No, you're good.
It's fantastic.
What are you drinking? Old something?
Nothing.
Barrel-aged old Rasputin, bro.
I'm done.
Oh,
you're like, you shouldn't drink that. Okay, I won't.
No one said you shouldn't drink it.
You drink what you want to drink.
Who said we shouldn't drink it? You should drink whatever you want, bro.
This guy, Mr. Elfie Judgy. Mr. Judgy Elf.
Do you like it?
Judgy Elf.
Mr.
Well, okay.
Judgy Elf right there, looking at me. All weird.
I'm snorted. I totally just snorted. I don't know what that. I don't even know what that is.
I saw it, Joe.
No, you saw it. It happened. And it sounded. And it's fucking terrible. But I just did.
Fuck over.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, well. Get a tissue, Joe.
The single one?
Oh, you gotta snort
Rock
all the
ones,
way through it. There you go.
Nice.
All right, boys.
I'm not gonna be a reindeer.
Was it a
poo this year,
Flemish
motherfucker.
beer?
Yeah, I'm gonna time it out. I'm gonna hop off
Oh.
because Craig's offending me.
Oh, wow.
Triggered.
Wow.
Hashtag
Wow.
triggered.
What time is it
Fantastic.
there? Like
It worked.
3 o'clock now?
Yeah, it's fucking.
That's free.
No, Peter, appreciate the invite. Everybody's fantastic. Paul, good talking to you again, bro.
Yeah,
It was
always good.
Lee, Craig, Drunken One, Rod. Oh, Jesus. Drunken One, I gotta leave, so drink it quick. Like ASAP. Get it, crack it open and drink it.
Chug.
Pound it up right now.
Drunken One, just call me back right
I
away.
can tell you a lot more about it. Monk's Cafe.
Yeah, let's see if you throw up in your mouth.
Drunken One, call me back right away.
Should I save it?
If you want, you do whatever you want, bro.
Yes and no.
Anyways, now, all right. So here's the board.
Yes and no. Yes, no.
Okay. Odds that the gag reflex kicks in for Drunken One. This is like 30% odds.
Is it like that?
Yeah, it's like balsamic vinegar. Yeah, it should be interesting.
Oh, it does too, doesn't it?
It does.
Come on, guys. What you doing here? You don't drink this shit.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're gonna drink it now, so you're one of us now. All right, let's see.
Now you have to rape a corpse. Oh no.
Again?
Not you, Craig. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's different. Oh my god, yeah, it's not like.
Well, here's a question. Do you hate it?
I don't hate it. I've learned to.
I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
I'm not a fan.
It's been getting used to for sure. Now, I was just thinking, like my buddies. I couldn't turn my buddies onto this because they're just so close-minded. They just wouldn't accept this at all.
Racist.
I'm fairly versed on different flavors. It's not terrible.
It's different.
One.
Taste it.
With all due respect, what the fuck did you send me?
Hey! Now hang on. Hang on. Drunken One said he wanted to try a sour ale. He said he wanted to try one, and I said so I did.
I did too. You said this is one of the mild ones, so they.
Yeah, Monk's Cafe, and Dutch's de Bourgogne's, and a couple others are kind of like
Dutch's de Bourgogne's awful.
Yeah,
That's awful beer.
Well, all right, settle down, Peter.
Bad?
No, but it's
mainstream.
Yeah, it's a mainstream good introductory to sours because they're not overly sour and they have a little bit more sweetness to them. There's some that, like, as you're drinking it, feel like your enamel on your teeth are gonna just rip right off. Like it's no longer enamel on your teeth.
You can still make faces and give it a high score.
Yeah, like well, if you're a certain individual on YouTube that I won't name, sure, for sure. No doubt. Right. I love that. That was like that.
It's an A+.
That was the best, Rod. That was fantastic. Yes. The corruption flow through you, Rod. The corruption.
It's all your grooming. All your
mine.
I thought it was most enjoyable. A+.
I totally didn't throw up in this bag over here. A-. Well, Drunken One, I'm gonna take off. I'm glad you don't hate it, but you also don't have to.
It's all right. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to.
It's just different.
I get one of those sonic toothbrushes or whatever. They vibrate.
Oh God!
You talking about the toothbrush?
I'm talking about toothbrush.
We shouldn't have said vibrate in this chat. Like that's not. This ill advised.
But no, you see, that thing comes with a break-in period. When you first start it, you can do like
break-in period.
Chuckerwood, just stop. You're gonna. Pretty sure Paul's mind just blew. Like it's gone.
You're perverted, right? It just exploded, right? The brains everywhere.
Okay, Joe, I know you want to get out of here, so if I don't see you,
just go.
Talk to you before Christmas. You and George have a really good Christmas, and
Thank you.
we'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, everybody. Merry Christmas. Yeah, everyone have a great time. Yep, no problem, man. Enjoy. Hope you like the KBS. I'll be looking forward to your.
Yes, sir. My little brother Joe is awesome.
And Rod, you got to study for next Thursday. You got to just study.
I don't even have the categories.
I'm gonna send the fucking. You settle your shit down. Like tomorrow, you have the categories. Jesus
You're a terrible executive producer. Terrible.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
God,
I know what you're doing.
Dude, now.
Paul, wake up. Paul, wake up.
Oh, man down. Man down.
Paul, don't lance it. Paul, don't lance it. Yeah, all right, Paul.
I'm just.
Say goodnight, everybody, and call it a night.
All right, good night. Take it easy, Paul.
Don't get lanced.
All right, fellas, take it easy. Have a good one.
See you later, Joe. Have a good one.
See you, Joe.
I'm gonna get right back on here. I'm gonna have a good time with fucking Jungle.
We didn't need Joe after all. Wait, he's here still.
Yeah, you don't need me. Bye.
Jungle one, hold on. I'll be
I can't wait
back.
to see how you matched up tomorrow. Oh, he's going already.
Fuck you, Rod. I love you. I want to suck your dick.
Okay.
There we go.
Segue.
Yeah.
That's all on Peter's station.
Yeah. I take full responsibility.
Oh, he's still alive?
Peter,
Are you crazy?
That's on you.
God.
I think it's not a segue anyway, I
You're
guess.
lucky I didn't kill myself tonight. Are we still live? Oh my god.
Yeah,
we are live.
That would be an intriguing
That's
part
what I'm
of
here.
the show.
Dude.
Randomness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened was Peter killed himself. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You know what? I'm not, because you had a horrible Irish accent.
I had a horrible.
You love it.
Ding, 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 ding. I think I hear. I think I heard the most sexiest man on YouTube. I heard him. There he is. Oh, I'm coming again. Oh.
Wow.
I have no idea what triggered this. I have no idea what this is about. I have no idea where this is going.
End it now before the whole thing gets filled up with semen. Save everyone from my flow.
All I have to say,
White
Peter, is
Tower at the
welcome
end.
to every time I podcast with Paul.
Okay. What a wonderful world I've stepped into.
Yeah.
Yeah, spunk.
Spunk. What a wonderful sticky puddle.
It very much is a puddle. Yes.
Trump wishes he could
Peter,
be
that
me.
is on you.
It's definitely on me.
I don't know.
It's just getting.
Yeah.
But the sadist in me does not want to end it. But I should end it. Okay, now there's spit at the side as well, so
That's despicable.
I don't know, it's still live though. I'm still tempted to take this right to the edge.
I'm done. That's too much. I went too far. I went too far.
You said that?
In fairness,
I've got to say, Paul, that was very viscous.
I know. Usually that cuts like halfway through that, and then like you're still going. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. And then we carry on.
Cheers.
It's all good, Peter. You're very a very good
I mean, like,
host that allows anything.
Yeah.
Craig is there to back me up. Usually that shit ends like halfway through, and it just ends, and you just kept going. And I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna clean everything up and say I'm sorry.
Instant, because that was...
He's on he's currently on a clear out of subscribers, so I think we're
I
gonna
need
help
the most
anyone
loyal
who's
subscribers
offended
to
by
stay.
basically anything, like, you know, the fact that, you know, you fuck men, but you're a dude, but you're dressed like a girl. Yeah, you're still a dude, and you know what? I'm totally fine with that because that's hot. But yet you
As long
want
as
to be a
people are happy,
girl.
that's
You're
all I
not.
care
You're
about.
not a girl. And you know what? You want to fuck girls all the time, but you're dressed like a guy, but you're still a girl. The whole I don't give a fuck, but I don't care. But if you want to say like girls are guys and guys are girls, you're not. Like, because I tried that for years. They will not let me in a girl's fucking lavatory. They just will not. I don't care what I dress like. I've been doing that for years, man. You're not gonna get over that shit because
He's alive.
I'm really stopping myself from ending this broadcast, but it's getting really juicy.
Paul, you can't go in dressed like that though. You know that, didn't you?
Yeah, I've tried for years now.
I know. Well, I'm sure you have.
So,
Maybe the
yeah,
beard. Maybe the beard.
Yeah, it's the beard.
But I completely like, you know, I feel like this, like, oh no, you can't get on there.
Oh my god.
Up a little bit, but he still didn't stop.
I don't know if I should be laughing at the moment or not.
Oh.
Well, I think at this point, I need to end the show.
Please stop.
Hopefully I'll catch you on this weekend. If not, have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Take care, Rod.
Have a good one,
Fuck
everyone.
your Christmas and fuck everything else.
I'll be.
Oh, I'm only taking it off her. I'm not ending the call.
What do you think, Craig?
Rod, no need to get sassy with me, little girl.
I might join you after your